to the point where I was like, ah, man, it's all right. Keep your head up. He's like, yeah, I appreciate you not being mean. I was like, I got you, buddy.
Were they bad in the stadium?
No. I mean, I was in Tennessee section. So, like, I mean, it wasn't like I was around too many people to give them a chance to be bad. And I was out of the building by the time the cigar smoke happened. I was basically back to the car and on the interstate by the time the game went final, or roughly right after the game went final. So one guy got me on the side of the road, or as I guess the sidewalk, as we're walking back. He just said, "I hope you have a really long and terrible drive home." And all I could muster up was, "I hope you die." I think that's all I said to him was, "Well, I hope you die." And he just kind of was taken aback and just kind of laughed. And I was hoping he'd say
cigar. Probably.
No, I don't know. It was like I don't know. It seemed like maybe he was in his mid-20s, maybe out of college. Maybe he wasn't a student, but was still trying to live the student lifestyle. He was real stumpy. I wanted him to say something because I might have just punched him in the side of the head and kept it moving because we were at a dark part near the car. I don't think anybody would have gotten me, but he also didn't have any friends with him, so that kind of made me sad. He was just by himself. But that's all I could muster up was, well, I hope you die. And I meant it in my soul when I said it. I do hope that guy is dead now on this Monday morning. But everybody else besides him and some drunk college girl that yelled at us, better luck next year. Besides those two people, pretty pleasant. Pretty pleasant. Nothing to really complain about other than our team. That's about it. Welcome to the show, Cody McClure.
What's up, boys? Good morning. How we doing?
Doing okay. Well, doing pretty bad, but it's okay.
Yeah, well, Tuscaloosa. That's a tough place to have to go and accept defeat, but at least you made it back in one piece, huh?
Yeah, made it back in one piece. No troubles. Everything was fine.
Oh, it's cold today.
Everything was good.
Oh, you felt the temperature? It's down in the 40s today.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You good?
Oh, I'm doing good, yeah.
Show starts at 8.
Good to be here. Good to be anywhere. Show's started, that's for sure. We are started up. Yeah. Good morning to the freaks and everyone out there who's with us today. A somber day here in our fair city.
Bubba, give me an update on what we see over there. Is the video screen up? We make progress on that computer?
I believe we do have a stream up.
Okay, that's good. Progress. We are live on video. Sam's computer still dark over there?
It is very dark. Like my
Still
thoughts.
very, very dark.
Okay.
No signs of life over here.
No signs of life over there. Great.
So the show's kind of started at 8, but it's
been one thing after another. It's been one thing after another. The computer's working, or I don't know if the computer's working or not. The radio. You said we were on radio, right? You were listening on the radio.
On
you were
air.
coming in.
We are on air.
I've gotten thumbs up for the stream. Bubba says the video's good. It's just I don't know how.
Maybe no commercials.
Yeah, maybe no commercials. We'll just
just have to talk.
a 2.5, 3 minutes break of silence.
Moment of silence for our 11-1 season.
What'd you do for the game? How was your game experience? Did you make it down? People were asking me if you'd made it down.
No, I didn't make it down. Actually, I did what you suggested and just watched in a dark room by myself.
Good.
And it didn't help. The vibe was never right last week. I don't know if you noticed, but at least it wasn't in my circles. I got friends dealing with things. One of my typical friends dealing with some family things. He wasn't able to watch the game. I got another friend who was out in California, decided it was time to take a trip with the family to Disneyland. So, guys that I would normally celebrate with, the vibe wasn't right. I didn't have anybody really in town. So it was just kind of me, and I didn't want to go down there either because the ticket prices were too much, and I don't know. It didn't feel right last week. It was the third Saturday in October, but the game vibe never felt right for me. Didn't feel like we were going to win, and then, it just really spiraled spiraled out of control once the game started. So it was tough. It was tough.
Tennessee went down there. The line kind of kept going in Alabama's favor. By the time kickoff happened, it was up to 9.5. So people were backing Alabama, not really giving a lot of credit to the Tennessee team. The first quarter over under at 2.5. We talked about the statement that made about Tennessee's offense, and then they get the ball first, and you're like, okay, here we go. Time to make a statement. Let's see what we can do. Boom, first play. Nice 8-yard pass, Chris Brazzell. All right, let's go. We're getting our best player involved. The offense is moving. Let's go. Boom, false start. And you're like, oh, okay, well, that's not good. That gives back most of what you just gained. That's good. False start. All right. Glad that we are going to continue to be a little sloppy on the road. Okay, another 5-yard pass. Mike Matthews. Okay, 3rd and short. Let's see what we're going to do. Okay, here's a 1-yard handoff. Let's see. 4th and 1. Here we go. Let's make a statement that we're here to play. Nope, there's a punt. And you're like, okay. Well, I guess you're not going to be too upset about not going for it on your own 34 to start the game. I think that's fine. I wasn't necessarily super mad about that, but it was a statement. It was a statement that, hey, we're going to come in here and we're going to play this straight up. And then you punted. And, the very first possession of the game for Alabama, you have them 3rd and 13 on their own 6, and they give up an 18-yard conversion, a pretty easy conversion in the middle of the field. And just what Cody said about the vibes, about as low as they could be at that moment.
The game started poorly, the way that you didn't want it to start. We talked about the worst case scenario, and if you scored the 0 first quarter points, that was the thing we talked about the last couple days last week. Oh, surely this team's got a field goal in them in the first quarter, right? Nope. Turns out that line was properly set because they should have just put it at 0.5 because we weren't even going to get a safety either. So, although we did have Alabama backed up to where maybe you could have gotten a safety at one point in the game, but made them earn it a couple times. But it turns out that we ended up getting a safety. But we gave up 9 points offensively. That hurt. But, yeah, started about as poorly as you could have imagined and really never got better. You had a couple of moments where you had some life, but you weren't – you didn't do what you needed to do to win that game. You were never going to win that game playing the way you did.
You said it never got better, and I fully disagree with that. Like, the team got punched in the mouth to start the game, 7-0, and then got stopped again after that. They couldn't really get going offensively, and you're like, okay, here's the doomsday scenario, right? Boom, 3 and out for Tennessee. Long Alabama drive. And when I say long, I mean, I just told you it was 91 yards. And you're like, oh, boy, here we go. Tennessee gets the ball back. Very next play, boom, sacked. You said, oh, God. But then Tennessee picked up a first down and even went for a 4th down around midfield and got it. And you're like, okay, we're on the other side of the 50 now. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Another penalty. Another sack. Tennessee punts. And at that point, you said, oh, boy, we're cooked going into the second quarter. But Tennessee's defense stepped up, made a stop, gave you a chance, got you the ball back. Tennessee went down the field, scored a touchdown, 7-7. And then even after that, the defense came out and gave you a 3 and out. So I would say, Cody, but about the midway of the second quarter mark, you thought, okay, this is all right. We took the punch in the mouth. We tied the game. We got the ball. We're back on schedule. Let's go. Because that's how I felt in the stadium. And then offensive pass interference, terrible play by Joey to take a safety. They get the ball back. They go down and score a touchdown. And then, you're in the danger zone.
Well, yeah, like I said, you had a couple of moments in the game, but I didn't think you ever really – I mean, at that point, you should have felt good as a team when it was 7-7. I mean, yeah, sure, but I never thought you were playing well enough to win the game. Other than that,
now see, that's where I just disagree, because I thought even as you drive down at the end of the first half, down 9, hey, you get some points here. This is a fine game. You could only be down 16-14.
Well, yeah, right there, yeah. I mean, I agree.
I thought even in the third quarter, when you're down 10 and you get a turnover at midfield, you felt fine. I thought there was plenty of chances for Tennessee to, come out and, you can't say take control of the game, but to be right back in it. Of course, that drive at the end of the first half is where all that came unraveled. We'll dive into that. I think we got the computer rebooted. We're good to go. Let's see how it goes, Sam. It is Talk Sports. It is Monday, October 20th. We're catching our first time out. We'll come back. We'll talk about where it all went wrong for Tennessee. Stick with us.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Yeehaw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues. Every bet type you can imagine. Live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
Fan Run is giving away a huge prize package.
That's a big box. What's in there?
You're going to want to find out.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? A winner will be drawn live on Halloween during Fan Run Friday at Calhoun's on the River.
To learn how you can earn entries, make sure you're tuning in daily to Fan Run Radio and following us across all of our social media platforms on Facebook, YouTube, X, TikTok, and Instagram.
Oh, where were we at in our recap? Oh, yeah, right here where Tennessee gets the ball down 9 and drives down the field. Has a chance to kind of re-grab some momentum, if you believe in it, to at least settle themselves down and head into the locker room feeling pretty good about themselves. And then they take one of the biggest gut punches I've experienced as a Tennessee fan. That pick six right before half was about as big as a gut punch as I felt.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even have to mention the play. Like, you could just say gut punch, Alabama game. I'm like, yeah, the 99-yard pick six. I got you. That was one of those that's just like, what the hell?
It's going to live on the highlight package forever, too. You know you're going to have to see it. It's going to be on the highlight package all season. You're going to see it another 1,000 times between now and like 2030. You're going to see that 1,000 times over the next 5 years because it was an iconic play and it was such a bad play by Tennessee, and it just gutted you. Just gutted you.
It's a 14-point swing. You go from maybe being down 2, feeling okay going into the half to, this game's over. And like you said earlier, I mean, to our credit, we came out in the second half, and Heupel was positive. He said we got 30 more minutes of football, and I was just like, like we did come out though and score and cut it to 10, got the turnover, and you thought at that point you had some life. But
I was on alert. In the stadium. I told my old lady, I said, hey, if they come out and score at a half, like we're gonna watch our drive, and we might be out of here in 2 drives. But then hey, you get a 3 and out, and okay, defense, let's go. That's how you step up for the team. And then boom, Tennessee went right down the field, touchdown.
Deshaun Bishop.
Yeah, Deshaun Bishop with an all-time great run. And look, Deshaun Bishop, God bless him. Like on one hand, the fact he was your best player, kind of tells you ain't going to beat Alabama on the road if that's the case, if Deshaun Bishop is your best player. But on the other hand, Deshaun Bishop played about as good as you could play as a Tennessee running back. Like I thought he was awesome. Like his only blemish to me was A, getting robbed of a touchdown at the end of the game, and B, I might have been him that got robbed. I was out of there by then. But B, getting missing that tackle on the pick six. Like, yeah, I wish he could have got that guy out of bounds as time expired or gotten him to the ground. But other than that, Deshaun Bishop was a maniac. I just the end of the first half was so bad. I thought for Heupel, it was just gross. I thought it was just gross the way that you handled that goal-to-goal situation. Like it was just very, very clear to me that you were not going to run the ball on that play. 9 seconds, no timeouts. Like it was very easy to look and say you were not going to hand it off there and risk getting stopped while the time expired. So like going jumbo, the play action was already really, really, really dumb. And then it was an all-time bad throw by Joey Aguilar. It was poor planning and poor execution. It was gross. I don't like the way I didn't like it in the moment, the way Josh was handling the last kind of 30 seconds. But, of course, that just took it to a completely different level.
No, it was poor clock management yet again before the half. Not taking the timeout at the right time, I thought, by Heupel. But, because you gave yourself 2 plays and it just – the throw by Joey, I just felt like he was under a lot of pressure to make that throw in a really weird spot out of a weird formation. And yeah, it's his fault, because the way that it fell short, and that defender just jumped right on the route because they knew that we were throwing the ball there. Everybody in the stadium knew we were throwing the ball. So I don't know what the hell the formation was. I don't know what we were trying to do with that. Thought we were going to trick them or something into, there's no way you run the ball there because then the clock runs out. So it was just an egregious end of the half. But it is the kind of play that you're like, it really just, it's a knife in the heart. What was that like in the stadium?
A knife in the heart.
I mean, what?
A knife in the heart.
Yeah. Were there Tennessee fans around you?
Yeah, I was a Tennessee section. I mean, it was a gut punch. Like it was about as bad as it gets. The sad thing was I was thinking, I'd actually on the way down was talking about, the fumble against Georgia.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought of immediately. That play like 20 years ago.
Yeah,
right before
would that have been 2003?
Yeah,
I was
somewhere in there.
I was telling Rachel about it, and I was trying to explain just how it swung the game. And as we're lined up on the goal line, it did flash through my mind before the pick six of like, please just don't make a huge mistake here. Please don't make a huge mistake here.
Yeah,
and then the mistake happened. I mean, it felt awful.
It's funny you mentioned that play because that's the first thing I thought of too. Was that Georgia game when I was a kid. It's like I remember how that turned out. That was hard to stomach. But
Sam, did you have a problem with the clock management there? It's 2nd and 10. You got 2 timeouts from the 14-yard line. You run a handoff to Deshaun Bishop, who was running like a madman, and he gets you down to like the 6. 28 seconds. You're on the ball quickly. You're waiting, no timeout. Boom, another handoff to Deshaun Bishop. He gets down to the 2-yard line. You take that second timeout with 13 seconds. But then you go another handoff up the middle. He gets stopped. You take your last timeout. 9 seconds, 2nd and goal. And then again, jumbo package, no timeouts. On the goal line, if you get tackled, they're going to lay on you. You're not going to be able to get up and run another play. You run a pretty easy to diagnose play action into the flat. Sam, what was your issue there? Did you have one?
Yeah, no, I had a huge problem with it for sure. And I just think after kind of getting that, when you got to that 3rd and short with 25 seconds left and 2 timeouts, personally, I would have taken one there and tried to draw up a good play into the end zone. I would have tried and gone and scored that ball right there. And I know maybe hindsight's 2020 and you're thinking, oh, we can go punch this one in, but like I wouldn't have even been furious with a field goal there and just making sure that you're within a 1-score game and you can kind of go to half, not playing a good first half and saying, all right, boys, we didn't really have our best stuff, but it's still a 1-score game and we're still in it. But
I personally would have been mad had we kicked a field goal from the 2-yard line or the 1-yard line, like just me personally. But, obviously, Sam, to your point, going down after a pick six is infinitely worse. Like, if you give me the 2 options, of course, I'll be like, yeah. I'll even go down 9. Like, yeah, just run out of time getting stopped. That's better than what happened, clearly. But it can't be overstated. Like, if we're going to give Josh all the criticism for the calling, like you got to give a big chunk to Joey too. That was one of the worst throws I've ever seen. Like that was brutal for the timing. He's off his back foot. He just doesn't even try to put any mustard on it. It's like he's just trying to float it out as if he expects it's going to be wide open. Which, look, to his credit, maybe when they run this against Tennessee's defense, it's wide open because our linebackers can't cover. Maybe it is always open out there. We don't do the right things. But, like, it's a brutal, brutal, brutal throw. It's a brutal play call.
If you could have just gotten the tackle down there, you had the hesitation as you're trying to bring him down.
And that was right in front of me too, or at least like right across from me. So I'm watching. I'm like, please, Bishop, please get him out of bounds.
That's a guy that's not used to tackling. He's not used to taking pursuit angles.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not going to blame Bishop for that. But everything else just as bad as it gets. Like, to me, it's not even hindsight. To me, it's just common sense. In the moment, like you throw the ball, that play action might have worked on first down. If you run that with 13 seconds left in a timeout, maybe they bite. But you call the timeout, you come up lined up in it. Alabama calls a timeout, I assume to tell everybody, hey, they're not going to run this ball. Be alert for a play action. I imagine that's what happened there because it, again, was painfully obvious you didn't have time to run it.
For how much the offense has evolved this season, too, that was just a painful play call to watch.
Yeah. I was okay with running the ball the first time. I thought he should have taken that timeout after the play at 28 seconds just to give yourself because you need time there. You need time more than you need timeouts.
In the moment, I didn't have a problem with it just because we work better going fast. So, like, get on the ball, get that first down. Like, I have no issue with it. Could it have been better? Like, I'm not even disagreeing with your take, Cody. I'm just saying that, like, I didn't have a problem with it in the moment because I think if you give me 1st and goal from the 2 with 13 seconds left in a timeout, like in my head before that, I was like, okay, you get 4 plays here. You get 4 plays here. Let's run 3. Like you can throw the ball twice, run the ball twice if you do it right. Like in my head, it's like, hey, 1st and goal. I didn't even have a problem with the run there. I didn't love it. But like, hey, give Bishop, he's hot, give him a chance to get in. If you don't get it, we're throwing 2 quick passes. We're getting to 4th down, then we can run the ball again. That's how you have to do it if you don't have any timeouts left. But me personally, I'm throwing the ball on 1st and goal. That play action pass, maybe 1st and goal, 2nd and goal, then maybe you run. Then you have a timeout in your back pocket and you keep the defense guessing. I thought the way we did it live in the moment was wrong. And then, of course, you get about as bad of a scenario as it gets with the pick 6. And you asked what it felt like in the stadium. It felt like you'd been stabbed in the lung.
Mm-hmm.
Like it felt like your lungs had been pierced, and you have to sit there for 20 minutes as they celebrate, waiting to come back out of halftime in a game you're down 16 on the road to. But again, coming out of the half, I thought Tennessee responded like a championship team would. And I was like, okay, let's go. That's how you do it. Finally, this team has played complimentary football. Finally, they've done something to help each other out, because I was beginning to wonder if both sides of the ball hated each other, because it's like, hey, the offense does this, the defense does that. Hey, the defense gets a stop. Oh, the offense does terrible. Hey, the offense scores a touchdown. Can you get a stop defense? No. But finally, on that first exchange at a halftime, 3 and out, 4-play touchdown. I said, thank you, God. Then we lined up to go for 2. I didn't really have much of a problem lining up to go for 2. Chasing points is usually a no-no. I get that. But I was like, you know what? Let's ride it. You don't get the 2-point conversion. And it did feel like another little kick to the ribs. Like, you lost a little bit of your good vibes. But hey, the defense came.
Couldn't rule to pass, but they said he fumbled 3-13, and you're feeling all right at that point, but the offense could not take advantage.
Now, I gotta say, like, why do the linebackers, why do the secondary, let's just call it the back 7, why do they just want to be cool? And what I mean by, like, how are we still making this mistake in 2025 where we're not just picking up every loose ball that comes out there like that and running with it? Like, why are we batting the ball if you're Perlate? Like, you don't ever get on the field, bro. This is what I said about that DiMaccardo, whatever the hell his name is with Arizona, who's dropping the ball at the goal line against the Titans. Like, you had like 3 career touchdowns. Why are you dropping the ball? I feel the same way about Perlate. Like, bro, you don't get on the field. If the ball comes at you, you should be picking it up and running with it at all times, not batting it. Like, what are we doing? If the ball comes out fluttering, pick it up and run until you hear a whistle. The defensive line does it. You know why? Because the defensive line don't care about being cool. Defensive line is just desperate to touch the ball. Hell, I watch a lot of football. I see defensive linemen pick up batted balls that are clear incompletions and try to run with it about 15 times a weekend because they want to get the ball and they want to try to do something with it. Meanwhile, our defensive backs, our linebackers are batting the ball. Oh, too cool. Nonchalant. Get that out of here. Because you could have picked it up and maybe scored with it. Now, I don't know if the refs would have blown it dead or whatever, but you had a chance to make a big, impactful play, and you acted too cool to bend over and pick up the ball and run with it. Especially, like I said, as it comes out fluttering, it's clear something has happened there. It is not a normal Ty Simpson 3rd down pass.
Well, you had 2 or 3 of those batted balls like that had you been able to pick one of those off or get possession of it, maybe you changed the flow of the game there, but you never got that to happen.
I don't know if it's a boomer take. I don't care. Pick up the ball and run with it until you hear the whistle. Like, you have a chance to make a big, impactful play. Like, shout out to Joseph for getting on the ball at least, but like somebody could have picked that up and ran with it. But Tennessee gets the ball basically at midfield.
He was the only guy interested in picking it up. There were 4 other Tennessee players that were just like, ooh, ball on the ground. That's cool.
I know. Like, that's poor coaching. That's poor coaching. Like, I don't know if that's Tim Banks. I don't know if that's Josh Heupel not making sure his team's paying attention to the details. I don't know. But, like, you got to be in there saying, we're picking up every loose ball. Until you hear a whistle, if the ball's on the ground, pick it up. Now, Colton Hood, the safety's out there. If it's clearly a pass and you bat it down, get up and do your celebration. You don't have to pick those up. But if the ball comes sputtering out like a damn wounded duck, pick it up. pick it up and run. If the ball's down there near the quarterback, pick the ball up until you hear a whistle.
Yeah, it comes down to coaching for sure. But
and then you get the ball. You're at midfield. Deshaun Bishop, busts off another big run. You're down at the 35, and you're feeling like you're going to make it a one-score game. The question is, are you going to make it a field goal deficit or a touchdown deficit? Whoops, neither. You're not going to make it neither. You're going to punt. And that goes back to what I'm saying about how this team just doesn't play complementary football. You finally got to stop. You finally got your turnover. You have a chance to really make it a game, and you just fold. You go backwards like you always do in those moments. Like Tennessee so far has been terrible all year after turnovers. They cannot make the other team pay.
Yeah, that's something that we haven't done this year. I mean, we have not taken advantage of the other team's mistakes, and we've made a lot of mistakes ourselves. I was worried about that, like you said, coming out of the half and it being 30-7. I mean, because that looks like a much different game on the scoreboard. That's one that at the end of the year looks like a bad loss, when you just go get blown out. It doesn't look good by any means the way it turned out, but it could have been worse in the second half, I guess. Ty Simpson, he was picking apart the secondary. You can't play any man coverage this year, and it's just you don't know what it would look like some of these moments with Jermod McCoy out there, but it just –
I mean, Ty Simpson, 19 of 29, 253 yards and 2 touchdowns. I think we all would have signed up for that. Like, it's another one of those, and I'm not going to put the cape on and argue with you about the defense again or whatever. But, like, if I tell you that 40 minutes into the game, the defense has given up 14 points and given you a turnover at midfield, I think we all would have said, like, hey, lock that in. No?
I mean, I don't know. The offense did not play well at all.
Sam, are you locking in 2 touchdowns and a turnover at midfield 50 minutes or 40 minutes through the game? Because I think I'm locking that in.
Yeah.
Now, look, I'm not going to act like the defense couldn't get off the field for you. Like the 99-yard touchdown drive, of course, is brutal. Not being able to get a stop whenever the offense was trying to scramble down 17, and they were able to get it 10 a couple times, and you couldn't get a stop. So, like, don't get me wrong. The defense, like, overall, like, if we get to the end of the game, C-, D+, depending on how you feel. I'm not acting like they were great, but through the first 40 minutes of the game, I would have given them a solid B.
Yeah, they ended up getting picked apart. I mean, they're not any good in pass coverage. I mean, I think that's clear at this point, but you're right that the offense didn't do you any favors either. The offense wasn't good either. Too many dumb penalties, dumb things. Even when it's not a penalty, it's some sort of an error. Like it's a dropped pass. We do so many dumb things. We're such an undisciplined football team. You're just not going to win in Tuscaloosa playing the way that you did.
Well, good for you, Cody, that we get a botched snap followed up by a drop pass with the game on the line as, you're down 10 points after a turnover.
That's what
you
I'm
got
talking
both.
about.
You got a triple threat. It was 1st and 10. You get a god-awful quick screen pass. We're back to that.
Yep.
Where you have
saw a lot of those.
I don't even know who that was over on the outside.
It was Staley.
Well, no, it was Staley that caught the ball. Do we know who missed the block over there?
Had a couple hospital balls over there.
Was that Matthews that was uninterested in blocking that just lets the defensive back come up and make a 2-yard tackle? A negative 2-yard tackle, I should say. So you get the terrible quick screen to Staley, where I believe it's Matthews. I can't really see the number. I believe it's number 4. Misses the block. You lose 2 yards. You follow it up with a botched snap. So now it's 3rd and 19. Joey, a pretty good throw, I feel like, to Matthews. Not necessarily perfect as he kind of leads him back into the defensive back. And like if he throws a strike, he's probably tackled 4th and short. But the way he threw it, hey, if Matthews catches that, he might wiggle free for a first down. Instead, our 5-star drops the ball.
It was double coverage.
It was kind of triple coverage, really. Like it's kind of triple coverage here. But like if he throws it where it needs to be,
Yeah.
You can sit down, you make the catch, and it's 4th and 1. You're probably going for it or kicking a field goal to make it a 3-point game. Instead, Joey throws it a little bit too high up the field. Matthews drops it. You punt, and at that moment, the game was on life support. Alabama goes down. They go on a 99-yard drive. They score. To Tennessee's offense's credit, they come down and respond and give the defense one more chance to get a stop. And then maybe your second best defensive player of the year gets beat, gets a pass interference. I give Colton Hood's defensive pass interference the spot number 2 on my blame radar in terms of what cost us the game. Number 1, pick 6. Number 2, I probably give it to Colton Hood's defensive pass interference there.
It's just there's too many dumb plays. There's too many things where you shoot yourself in the foot and beat yourself, and good teams don't do that. And I'm tired of watching that, honestly, because it's a trend with us, with Tennessee football. It's under Heupel. That's how we play in these road games. It's sloppy. It's sloppy from a play calling standpoint, from a dropped passes, from penalties. I mean, you can find 20 plays in that game where we just did something completely stupid or wrong in the moment. You know, whether it's a penalty or it's some other kind of play that's an error, you might call it. You know, good teams don't do that. Good teams go in there and they play disciplined football. And it's a cliche, but the fundamentals come first. And Heupel's teams on the road are always like this. And I don't know what you do about that, but it's a major criticism to me. You can't beat yourself. And we beat ourselves a lot.
We'll continue the conversation on the other side. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio, live in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Drink the light, refreshing White Claw Hard Seltzer.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
With over 60 years of experience in the industry, Merritt Garage Doors has a wealth of expertise in commercial overhead doors in the East Tennessee area. Merritt offers a wide range of door styles like sectionals, rolling steel, high speed, and sheet doors. They also supply and install a wide range of dock equipment. If your business is in need of overhead doors, no matter the type, look no further than Merritt Garage Door, Knoxville's best and most trusted overhead door company. Contact them anytime for a free estimate at 865-933-5319 or online at merrittgaragedoor.com.
Are you tired of spending hours on laundry and ironing? Let Crown Cleaners handle your dry cleaning so you can handle your business. Our expert team can take care of your clothes, removing stains and wrinkles like they were never there. Whether it's your best suit or everyday attire, we handle it all at Crown Cleaners. Say goodbye to laundry stress and hello to extra free time. Crown Cleaners, Big Orange Country's imperial dry cleaning service since the 1960s. Online at crowncleaners.com.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 865-544-8220. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at menspronakville.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, performance, Peyronie's, size and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic performance and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 865-544-8220 or book in 30 seconds or less at menspronknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Joe Crack.
Your takeaway for the game, Sam. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of what you guys have been saying. Sloppy performance, had opportunities to go out there and play a game of complimentary football, and yeah, you just you couldn't go out there and take it. And even after some of your miscues and bad plays, you had chances to still go out there and put yourself back in it, and still just kind of is the same song and dance, it feels like, of this program a little bit. And I don't know, on Friday we were kind of talking about the opportunity to kind of take that leap into the next upper echelon of college football, and games like that kind of make you realize that we're still just not really there yet.
Where's the blame go? Get out your blame chart. Who you giving blame to? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it obviously falls on that pick six. I'd say next one to me is just an undisciplined team. The tackling is just absolutely mind-boggling.
The tackling is
we look
brutal.
like a middle school football team.
The tackling is brutal. You know, when I'm looking through the plays, it just irked me the most, and that I feel like the game could have changed if something goes different. Like in the top 5 is that trick play they tried, the wide receiver pass, where we have it's why I can't always give Tim Banks the same amount of blame as everyone does, because it does seem like there's a lot of times that Tennessee has a good play call and like Tennessee knows where to go on defense. Problem is the players just don't make tackles. Now, maybe you could say, hey, that's on Tim Banks for not having players out there that can tackle. You know, if that's where you want to get down to, that's fine. But like from Tim Banks, I mean, I can only call the plays. I can't go out there and be the one that wraps up. And when we have 3 guys, including a 5-star in Jordan Ross, who was just awesome the week before against Arkansas. Like we have 3 guys, Tyree West, who's been really good, Jordan Ross over there. I don't know which defensive back it was. They have this wide receiver bottled up 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage. You know, on a big drive, if you make a tackle, it's going to be 2nd and 25. At the very least, hey, make the tackle. You know, Ross missed his basically at the line of scrimmage. So like 2nd and 10, that's fine. Instead of a 15-yard loss, it turned into like a 15-yard gain. And I'm just like, man, that's a bad defensive play. But like, I don't know if it's a bad defensive call. I don't know if that's something I'm blaming Tim Banks for. Like 4th and 2, Alabama only went for 1 4th down. You're a star linebacker, the guy everybody acts like is the leader of the defense. You know, Arion Carter's out there. He has Ty Simpson dead to rights. Go up and make a play. Be an athlete. Ty Simpson breaks his ankles with a very basic, like, might go back to the middle, and then Carter just gets completely sucked into it, and Simpson, whoop, right outside 1st down. Like, that's a play that I feel like the defense is schemed up correctly. It's just your starting linebacker has to be able to go tackle Ty Simpson in the open field.
I still think you got to blame your defensive staff for not being able to teach fundamental tackling.
That's fine. And like I said, if you want to boil that down, like to me, that's a player problem. Like you're an SEC player. Like I feel like by the time you get to the SEC, Sam, I shouldn't be having to teach you how to tackle. But like I understand.
And I think that's still a fault of your defensive staff for not recruiting the guys that can tackle.
That's fine. I'm not blaming Kelsey Pope for Mike Matthews dropping passes. Like I'm saying, hey, like you're an SEC wide receiver. You're a 5-star. Go out there and catch the damn ball. Like get on the jugs machine. Take some pride in your work. Like I understand defenses, they don't get to hit as much in practice as they did back in the day. So like I don't know how you do it. You can only tackle a dummy so many times. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to coach the tackling in this day and age where you can't go out there and just scramble brains.
Well, you still got to teach.
I know, but like I said, like you're in the SEC. I can't hold your hand here. Like go out there and make a damn tackle.
Well, you got to have somebody, you know, if you tell them that, that's fine. But then if they still continue to not be able to do it, it's on you to have somebody who can step up there and do it. Like that would come down to recruiting. And the angles thing, I mean, that's 100% coachable. Like, that's not just tackling. That's getting there, being in a position to tackle. That's 100% on the coach.
Well, I hear you, but like Tyree West and Jordan Ross, like those were guys that you recruited that have shown they can play.
Yeah,
so
no,
like I can't blame
the
recruiting for them missing tackles. They're highly recruited guys. Like, go out there and make a damn tackle.
Well,
like,
that's the puzzling thing is you've got some guys out there that have played. You've got guys with SEC experience, and they're playing poorly.
Well, yeah.
I don't know what has gone wrong this year.
Go out there and make a damn tackle. Like, I'm not going to hold your hand. Like, especially now where players are getting paid. And again, these are guys that have made plays. Like Turrentine, he can't tackle. He shouldn't be on the field. Like, he doesn't need to be out there. Ty Redmond, no disrespect to him, he shouldn't be on the field right now.
Well, maybe it's the guys getting paid. You got more guys out there making business decisions these days.
I understand Ty Redmond has to be out there, so I'm not even singling you out. Like, you're doing all you can. Like, I imagine when you decided to come to Tennessee last year, you did not think you'd be thrown out there having to guard, Ryan Williams, third Saturday in October. I don't think you thought that you'd have to be out there trying to guard Georgia with the game on the line. I understand that. I'm not even being critical of you because, again, you're not supposed to be out there. If Ricky Gibson's healthy, if Jermod McCoy's healthy, I think the defense looks a little better. But, hey, we're in game 7 now. Like, we got to just realize we ain't got those guys. If Jermod McCoy comes back, great, good, grand, wonderful. But for now, he ain't out there.
Yeah.
So go out there and make a damn tackle, Ty Redmond.
Well, you're right when you say we ain't got those guys. That's what it boils down to.
We ain't got them. Like, we ain't got our 2 starting corners, and I do think it's made the defense look a lot worse. But, like, hey, you ain't got them, so somebody's got to step up and go out there and make a play. And, like, it's really frustrating seeing Colton Hood be the one that gets beat on that 3rd down. I don't know if Williams would have been able to catch up to it if he didn't get interfered with, but he got interfered with. Do I think we would have necessarily gotten that call? No, I don't, because it didn't seem like the officials were interested in giving us our proper yardage the entire night. I don't know how we were on the wrong side of like 4 different spots.
Well, that's a whole other discussion that's happening right now. Is Heupel's not. He's getting a lot of blame for not being contentious enough with the officials. I've heard a lot of that going around.
I think that's just people wanting to be mad about something. I think we've had plenty of crazy coaches, and we've never gotten any calls down at Alabama. Like, Alabama's gotten those calls against everybody in the sport for the last 20 years.
You're not going to get those calls in Tuscaloosa.
So I'm not going to – do I think Heupel could be a little bit more demonstrative? Do I wish Heupel would say some stuff in the media sometimes? Sure. But, like, no one gets calls in Tuscaloosa. I'm not going to fault Heupel for being the next coach in the long line that doesn't get calls in Tuscaloosa. I'm just amazed that we were on the wrong side of 4 different spots.
I think
even after replay, a couple of those looked like they should have been overturned. Like, nope, call stands.
I think not getting any – you're right. I mean, we didn't get any calls, but I think not getting any calls ranks low on my priority list of things I'm upset about.
Oh, no, yeah, sure. It's low on my list, too. Don't get me wrong. I was just saying it just didn't feel like we got a damn spot all night.
Yeah.
A couple of questions. One, where the hell was David Sanders?
David Sanders played. David Sanders played good. Whenever he got in there, he was good.
I mean,
he was your second. I want to say, Bubba, he was your second highest graded player yesterday. Or not yesterday, excuse me, Saturday. He was your second highest graded offensive player.
And then the most bizarre thing to me is, how are you a wide receiver and you can't put yourself as reported as eligible?
What play was that? What play was
Staley?
That?
You're talking about Staley in the first half.
What play was that?
We never. That was where we got called. We had a nice play.
Brazel had like a 17, 20
it was a
yard
nice
catch or
chunk
something
play
like
to Brazel, and then it came back for a penalty because they said Staley wasn't lined up right.
Okay.
And you never saw a good angle of it either.
So is that him not announcing himself as eligible, or just being on the line when he should have been off the line?
To me, it's a BS play.
He wasn't off the line. Okay.
To me, it's a BS play that you kind of got screwed on.
Well, again, yeah, like not blaming the officials.
No,
not blaming the officials, but you didn't get the benefit of any calls.
No, you could have easily not called that one there, but
no, David Sanders played 49 snaps and graded out as your second best player behind only big bad Deshaun Bishop. Like, he graded out really well in pass blocking. He was an 84, run blocking a 69. He played 40 snaps. So I do think you'll you'll see more of him moving forward. I think he has kind of locked down that spot.
Well, I
don't know if it was injury related, but I didn't love to see how much it was getting shuffled around. It felt like every series there was a different offensive line.
Yeah, and that's not good with offensive linemen. You need damn consistency. I don't know what the hell we're doing with that. I don't think Umarov is a high quality SEC lineman, but
it has to be injuries, right? It has to just be like, because like Perry hurt his ankle, Pendleton hurt his ankle, like against Mississippi State. Like it has to be guys are just impacted by that, right? Because there's no other excuse for Umarov being out there 50 snaps.
Well, even Big Moy, I mean, he got blown up a couple of times in some key situations that normally you don't see that from him. But
yeah, he didn't grade out very well, but he played 85 snaps, so he was out there being a warrior. Like he played every snap. So
well, when you're playing Alabama, you know, I mean, you're going to lose some reps.
So he played 85. Pendleton played 82. What else did I say? Sanders 49. Lance Hurd 79 of 85. Perry 71 of 85. So yeah, they were just trying to. I don't know again if guys are just banged up or they were just trying to find a combination, but David Sanders was the least of my concerns.
Well, you shouldn't be if it's trying to find a combination. You shouldn't be in that position. I mean, the third Saturday in October, but
injuries have happened, man. Like, I mean, Sanders wasn't able to be out there the first month of the season, and now you got two big old guys with ankle injuries. And then when you do have a center out there, who had the bad snap? Do we know who that was? Was that Pendleton or Satterwhite?
I think it was Pendleton.
It was Pendleton? Okay.
Yeah.
Because, Satterwhite got 3 snaps at center, so not many.
Just another dumb mistake that you keep making in these situations. I mean,
we'll continue the conversation throughout the show. We'll hit it in hour 2. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together. Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Dick's House of Sport at West Town Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Hey Knoxville, Surfside iced tea and vodka made with real brewed tea is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka. Sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka. Sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Hey, Vols fans. Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Are you looking for a treat that will knock it out of the park at the next watch party? Just like your favorite baseball team, Crumble brings the best lineup week to week with an expanded roster that includes key lime pie, strawberry cake, or my personal favorite, Monster featuring M&M candies. Let Crumble treat you to the best cookies in the game. Download the Crumble app and start earning rewards. You can even vote monthly on what flavors you would like to see at any store of your choice. Warmer weather is here, so get to the ballpark, but don't miss the cookies.
All right, what do you have? Better halftime show? Cheerleaders or dogs? You're listening to Talk Sports.
I've always been a big friend of the cheerleading community. I think that they're great. I think that they are essential to athletics. You know, I just love what they do. I love the cheers. I love the way that they sound. They say, hey, go team, you know. I mean, what can a dog do? A dog can't talk.
Airing every day
from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Always give me the dogs catching Frisbees. Dogs I enjoy more than women. The dogs feel more comforting to me. And they do cooler stuff.
On 1340 WKGN.
You know, I personally would stand with Pete on this one. I mean, animals are supposed to be free. You know, they're not there to be your entertainment.
During the game.
They do things at halftime, too. They do that at halftime, too.
And it's not nearly as effective because the game's not going on. I need to be entertained. Love the cheerleaders. They have their place. But when it comes to halftime, I prefer my bitches catching Frisbees.
Well, I don't know.
Man, I miss my dog. Many nights when I'm hopping, many nights we were blowing trees, many nights we were hustling. Man, I miss my dog. Me and you through thick and thin, me and you to the very end.
Hour number 2, kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Let's hit some hour 2 headlines. Give me some news. What you got?
Thanks, John. Well, Florida has pulled the plug on Billy Napier. It decided yesterday, Florida decided to go ahead and fire Billy, despite them beating Mississippi State over the weekend. You heard that this may happen last week. There was a lot of talk about how some of the big money people had met with the athletic director and said they were cutting off all funding until this guy's fired. So Florida makes their move. You knew it was coming at some point this year.
It's tough to happen after a win, but of course it's before the bye week and before Georgia, so it made perfect timing as far as the Gators were concerned. Good news for Tennessee is, maybe the interim coach bump is over by then. Maybe they have a couple of weeks where they have a shot in the arm, but by the time the middle of November rolls around, the boys will be thinking about their next school or kind of over the newness of the interim coach.
I think hopefully it works the opposite way with them where they never get the interim bump because I feel like those guys liked Billy Napier.
Yeah, I think so too. And I couldn't help but think on Friday whenever you saw what happened in Minnesota with Minnesota taking Nebraska to the woodshed, that seemed like it was influenced by the coaching noise as well, like where Nebraska hears all the Matt Rule, Penn State rumors, and maybe Matt Rule and his coaching staff isn't as locked in as they need to be. I think that stuff matters. And I do think Florida players have shown over the last 2 years that they really care about Billy Napier, and they were trying to keep his job. So to lose him after a win, Cody, you're right. It could just kind of crater them, and they could be completely checked out.
Yeah, I hope that that's what ends up happening with Florida because you look at what we've got left on the schedule. You know, we talked about last week being concerned about some ranked wins. I think this is a huge week for Tennessee when it comes to the opponents you've got left because Vandy's got Missouri and Oklahoma's got Ole Miss. Both of them are home favorites. You need Oklahoma to win. You need Vandy to win. Those teams are both ranked ahead of you now. That's another update here. The AP poll, Tennessee drops to number 17. Vandy up to 10th. They are a top 10 team after beating LSU over the weekend. And Oklahoma now number 13 after going into Columbia and taking care of business against South Carolina.
Okay, so now are you looking around at the rest of the country and the rest of the SEC? Because you've been steadfast of, hey, just go 10-2, and that's all that matters. But now are we at the point where we are looking at other results and need to be rooting for certain things?
Well, I mean, yeah, you still want to root for certain things. I'm just saying this weekend it could be doubly beneficial.
Sure.
Because you give Ole Miss another loss and you give Missouri another loss.
Yep.
If Vandy and Oklahoma win, plus those teams continue to be ranked.
Yep.
And you were worried last week, about will we have any ranked wins left?
I've been worried since week 1 or 2, brother.
Well,
you ain't got to tell me
well,
I've been worried. I know I've been worried, but you've been on the team of just go 10-2 and everything's fine. So I'm just curious if you're now looking around and trying to give other people losses and prop up the schedule.
I'm still interested in the results, but I'm just saying I think if those teams win, it bodes well for Tennessee, no matter how you slice it.
Okay.
Because you get, like I said, a second loss for Ole Miss if Oklahoma can beat them in Norman.
You are right about that. It is a big weekend. Of course, Tennessee has to take care of business in Lexington. Tennessee 9.5-point favorites. And then you hope, I think, that Oklahoma gives Ole Miss a loss and Vanderbilt gives Missouri a second loss, which keeps both of them around the top 10 as you get set to play them. So you are right. It is a big deal. Of course, neither Ole Miss nor Missouri on Tennessee's schedule. You hope always that a head-to-head win would be a tiebreaker. Right. So, Tennessee would have a chance to trump Oklahoma and Vanderbilt. They would not have that chance against Ole Miss or Missouri.
Could position you for a big November, but you gotta go take care of business in Lexington first. But, yeah, I still maintain, as bad as Saturday felt, that playoff bid, a potential playoff bid, is still on the table. I mean, it's still in front of you.
As is 8-4.
And yeah, sure.
As is 8-4, which I'm still leaning towards more positivity than most, but you got to go and you got to go and survive at Kentucky. I mean, Texas ended up. Did that go to overtime, or was that just it went to overtime? Yeah, I knew it was close.
Texas kind of sucks, but
they do. But hell, we ain't proved that we ain't.
Yeah, we might suck too. I know.
We ain't proved that we don't.
Yeah, no, you're for sure about that. But now, I do think, though, that, I heard some people just kind of writing us off over the weekend as, it's a 9-3 team. That's what they were saying on the voluntary reaction. That's 9-3 football team. Tennessee's a 9-3 football team. I'm just saying it's still on the table. I don't know that I'm not saying we look like a playoff team right now, but you reel off 5 wins here. You always feel good about playing in Neyland Stadium, and Florida's just fired their coach. Your 2 losses are to top 5 teams. Alabama ranked number 4 in the country now, Georgia number 5. So it's still on the table. Whether you want to be optimistic or pessimistic about it, that's up to you. But we shall see. Well, Tony Vitello is reportedly torn over a historic San Francisco Giants managerial opportunity. I assume you want to spend some more time on this.
I mean, we could do it now.
Well,
you have a lot of news we have to get to, a lot of pressing news.
We can put it off. Yeah, we can do that next hour. You want to talk about Tony? I'd say the audience is pretty interested in the Tony news.
Yeah, I mean, I think now is a good time. I mean, Vitello, that was a gut punch. In a day full of gut punches, to be driving down the road, getting into Tuscaloosa. I was about 2 hours away from Tuscaloosa when producer Zach texted me Vitello to the Giants. And I said, oh God. I was like Sanford just driving down the road. Oh, my heart. It's like, what the hell's happened here? Like, I thought it was over. I thought they'd moved on to catchers. What the hell? Tony Vitello to the Giants. And
that's
then
a timely pop culture reference.
Thank you. Everyone's seen the GIF, though, a million times. They know the meme. Yeah. Is he still not the go-to for heart attacks?
Yeah, he's got to be.
He's still the go-to for heart attacks.
Yeah.
Oh, my heart.
Well, it's
staying power.
It was like I told you in hour 1. I felt like the vibe was never right last week. Nothing ever. It just didn't work out to where the vibe felt right. And then you get the news about Tony Saturday. It's like,
So I get the text from Zach. I check social media just to see, okay, let me make sure this is actually coming from something reputable. No offense to Zach, but I was like, okay, let me check here. And it's like, yep, there's on 3. And I say, well, hell. And then I look down at my phone again, and I got another text from a close friend of mine that says, Vitello is dead to me, all caps, rat.
Wonder who that could have been.
Just a close friend of mine. Vitello is dead to me, all caps, rat.
Well, he was at practice yesterday.
To which I said, so much for the bye week made up story. And he says, yeah, I know. Sam, are you still killing Vitello? Is he still dead to you? Or, as Cody points out, he was still at practice and still was business as usual. Do you still hold out hope that this was all just a power play of like, hey, I'm going to do it unless you give me what I want and what this program needs. Please swoop in and save the day, decision makers at Tennessee. How are you feeling, Sam?
He's not officially dead to me until A, it gets announced, and B, he says that like Josh Elander and Frank Anderson are coming with him. But if he leaves those guys to run the program, I'll still be really mad, but I don't know if I can say dead to me.
Well, at the very least, you now have to acknowledge that it was a real story. You made fun of me and Cody for giving it time during the bye week, said we were just looking for a talking point. It does feel like it at least had enough smoke behind it, huh?
Thought a strong Italian man like that would be able to stay loyal to his capos.
So you're going to give us an apology or no? Takes a big man to apologize.
Once he makes it official.
No. It was a talking point. It's clearly there was some interest there. At the very least, you have to say it was a story, Sam.
It was a story.
Well, okay, so.
And I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you. It takes a big man. I think highly of you now for being able to apologize, but I do think and do hope that it's a Rick Barnes to UCLA situation. And even by that, I mean, like, hey, even if Vitello comes out and says, hey, I wanted to go to San Francisco, but they wouldn't pony up my buyout, which that's been reportedly a little bit of a hang-up, is San Francisco's not thrilled about paying, the millions of dollars to get him out of his contract, and we're trying to basically make Tony pay it himself and defer some payment out of his salary, because of it. And Tony's like, no.
It's like $3 or $4 million, isn't it?
$3 million is the number I saw out there. I won't pretend to be an expert on it, but $3 million is the number I saw reported. But like, hey, we'll pay it to you, or we'll pay it for you, but like we're going to take $500,000 a year out of your salary to overcompensate for this or whatever. But Rick Barnes wanted to go to UCLA, and Big God said no. We ain't got the money to buy you out. California's poor. Big God helped that happen and kept Rick Barnes at Knoxville. And now no one even really brings that up seriously. Now it's just kind of a joke. Like, hey, Rick's here and we're all happy. Like, I'm fine if Vitello wants to go to San Francisco. I'm fine, but like I'm also fine if he wants to go, but San Francisco doesn't want him enough, or if Tennessee and the decision makers get together, and by decision makers I mean Chancellor Plowman and Randy Boyd and all the big money people that maybe go above Danny White's head and fixes what's been hurt there.
Well, hopefully they are, trying to get him to stay. Hopefully they're trying to convince him. I don't think California is poor, though. I don't think that'll be the issue.
No, UCLA. UCLA was poor.
Oh, well,
that was my point. Was that UCLA, who they didn't have the money to pay Rick Barnes' buyout, which is why he didn't go there.
I'd say the Giants probably do if they want him bad enough. It would be historic. I mean, it would be the first coach hired straight out of the college ranks.
Well, that also makes it new, though, because they mostly don't hire people with big buyouts like that. Like that, they don't. MLB teams don't really have that in the allotted budget.
Well, maybe they'll second guess their decision to hire him. Then maybe they'll be
like everyone knows at the college level, you go and hire somebody else, like you're going to have to pay them a buyout. Like that's pretty understood. Major League Baseball, it doesn't really happen because when guys are under contract in Major League Baseball, you don't really get them unless you make a trade.
Did you see this report from John Shea of the San Francisco Standard newspaper?
Give it to me.
Said that an industry source suggested that Vitello told the Giants he's the guy who can beat the Dodgers. Did y'all see that?
That's funny. I mean, look,
that's what also makes me mad about it. You're never going to beat the Dodgers. He's never going to beat the Dodgers over.
Oh, by the way, I mean, Shohei Friday night. I mean,
that
maybe the greatest single game baseball performance ever. Like, I mean, it's up there.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah.
3 home runs, 10 Ks. Like, I mean, that's crazy that he did that.
Batting 196 before that game
simultaneously.
Postseason, but
he was batting 196.
Yeah,
the guy's an animal.
Well, you see why Major League Baseball, made the interpreter take the fall.
Mm-hmm.
The interpreter can't hit 3 home runs and strike out 10 guys.
That's all I think about.
It reminds me just Godfather of this whole situation. Or Tennessee, or somebody could be like, hey, you come to me on the day my father's there, my dad has to be with.
You come to me on the 3rd Saturday in October with this. Like, that's how I felt. I was like, Tony, of all days, like.
He convinced Buster Posey he could beat the Dodgers. No doubt in my mind that he walked in and said that. Just give me the horses.
If Drew Gilbert's the reason why Tony Vitello goes there, Drew Gilbert
I don't
goes down in my book.
I don't think Tony Vitello is uprooting his life to go coach Drew Gilbert. No disrespect to Drew Gilbert if he's listening. I think the Giants are a top 10 franchise, and I think it's a respected place. And I think he's got a relationship with Buster Posey. But like, I do think Vitello is probably torn. I think we can all agree he's torn because he's not there yet. Yeah. He also isn't like just rolling over for the Giants either. Like he's at least fine staying here and like, negotiating to get what he wants with the Giants.
Yeah, this report here, torn is the word that they used. I don't know who said it, but
this just feels like you go into that to go play against the Dodgers. This feels like taking a job in like
Rucker.
the SEC West in the height of Nick Saban's career, where it's just like, oh, yeah, you say that you're going to go out there and be able to compete with them every year, but they're just better than you, no matter how good of a coach you are.
You're not wrong, Sam, but think about how many coaches did sign up for that because it's an SEC job. Like, you had people still taking the Tennessee job knowing you had to play Florida, Georgia, and Alabama. You know why? Because it's still an SEC job. And, like, this is still a top 10 Major League Baseball job. And, like we said, a take that's aging pretty well is, just the Danny White relationship. There's so much smoke around that, and so many people are talking about that like it's just out there. Like Danny White, at the very least, you could say that him and Vitello aren't the best of friends, but like at the very least, there's a standoff behind the scenes where when having to allocate certain money, Danny White is apparently trying to take care of the Lady Vol basketball program. And like the baseball program and the women's basketball program are kind of going head to head. Now, maybe that's a Title IX thing. Maybe Danny's hands are tied there. I don't know. But, Vitello is apparently pretty miffed by some stuff that's happened behind the scenes with revenue sharing and with NIL sharing. Like that's been reported.
I think this is a dirty scheme for him to go try his hand at being the first college coach to go be in the MLB. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, makes it a whole lot easier to go take that Arkansas.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's exactly what I said. And when we talked about it, when we did the cutout social media videos, like, hey, Danny White, but also like, I'm 47. I could go try this. And if it fails, I can come back and be a free agent and get whatever job I want.
Coach
maybe Tennessee.
Razorbacks.
Yeah, maybe Tennessee would want him, or maybe that's the easiest transition to get to Arkansas or Texas or wherever he wants to go.
God, I would be.
If that happens, you have to tell me sorry for him being a rat.
Oh, no, Look, I see the vision, Sam. I'm not arguing with you. That I think it's if you are Tony Vitello, like it has to be in the back of your mind of, hey, I could come back to college whenever I want, and I could get whatever job I want. Like,
would we fire?
Nick Saban
our
went from
coach?
LSU to Alabama, which I know they weren't like a huge rival at the time, but like that. He went there and dominated the sport and dominated LSU. Like that 100% could happen.
Could we just fire our coach on the spot if he was going to come back to college? Could we just be whoever we hire after him? Just be like, sorry, brother, you're out.
Brother, you lived through the Bruce Pearl stuff, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, this would be exacerbated.
Yeah, you lived through the Bring Back Bruce era, right?
Yeah. Whoever we hire, like if this happens and that damn Arkansas job comes open and DVH retires and then we got some bum coach, you got to just fire him if Tony's willing to come back home.
I do think Sam is right that it would ultimately just be Elander. Like, it'd be Elander and Frank Anderson, because I don't think Tony would take them with him. I don't think you could take a whole college staff. I think I would imagine. Now, look, Tony Vitello is going to do whatever the hell Tony Vitello wants. Like, he marches to the beat of his own drum. But, like, I feel like if you are going to be the college coach coming to the pro ranks, like, they're going to put good MLB experience around him, like bench coaches and whatever. Like, so I don't think he's taking college guys with him there.
And I would imagine that he's just not going to leave Tennessee out to dry. Where
Exactly.
It's like, this is a good succession plan. He's been here with me since the jump.
And I think most Tennessee fans, when they got down to it, could still get behind Elander and Frank Anderson. Like, it doesn't nuke the program. Like, it sucks. Don't get me wrong. It would be terrible. But, like, it doesn't nuke the program. And I think a lot of people think Elander's ready for a big job.
Maybe that's why Kivett came back, too. Elevated spot.
Well, I also just think that he came back because they were able to pay him, and they, like, the NCAA kind of changed that rule. And I think everyone likes being in Tony's orbit, which is why, I've had some friends like, hey, don't worry, Elander does all the recruiting anyway, and Frank does all the pitching. The pitching works with the pitchers. I'm like, that's great. You could tell me Elander does all the recruiting, but Elander does all the recruiting because he's like, hey, come play for Vitello.
Yeah, Tony's the face of this.
Yeah, like come play for V. Like, the players, they might love Elander, don't get me wrong, but, like, I imagine most of them came here because they also love Tony. So I don't buy into recruiting won't take a dip without Vitello. I think he's a rock star, and I really, really, really hope that he stays.
It was Wes Rucker who said he's torn.
Well, I mean, I think it's just obvious.
Tony loves Knoxville. He loves UT. This is hard for him.
Yeah, I mean, Wes isn't saying anything. He's not – Vitello didn't text Wes Rucker and say, I'm torn. Like, anybody that's keeping up with it knows, like, hey, the fact that he came out and refuted it and showed up to practice, like, and is kind of trying to tiptoe around it with his players, like, he knows it's a delicate thing, and he is torn. If it was a no-brainer, he'd be in principle he would agree to the deal and they'd work out the details down the line. But instead, it's like, hey, like, we don't know. And I do think
not a Lane Kiffin to USC
right
type of deal.
And I do think Tennessee is scrambling behind the scenes. I do think enough people love Vitello that there are big money people and big powerful people that are like, hey, we can't let this happen.
No, you can't. You got to give Tony. I mean, he won a national championship. I understand you got to keep women's basketball in a good spot too, because that's a program Pat Summitt built. But Tony won you a national title in baseball. You got to make that guy happy. You can't make him the fourth priority, I don't think.
But here's
today's where we're at today.
Here's the other thing, and I do want to be fair to Danny White. Danny White has ultimately given Tony Vitello everything he's wanted. Like, he did give him $100 million stadium. Like, he did up the allotment for their assistant coaches to be paid. He did make Tony Vitello the highest paid coach in baseball. So, like, maybe Danny had to do it kicking and screaming, but, like, for the most part, whether their relationship is super icy behind the scenes or not, like, so far, Tony Vitello has gotten everything he wanted. And like, maybe some money got moved around right now that's made him upset. Maybe they fix that. Maybe they don't. And if they don't, and it comes out and that's the truth, we'll change our tune about Danny and Tony. And what I just said about Danny ultimately giving Tony everything he wanted. But I also think it's fair to point out that everything at Tennessee could be perfect. Vitello could be getting all the money he wants. The roster could be getting all the money they want. Everything could be the way it's supposed to be. And it's still a top 10 Major League Baseball job. And it's still the pros instead of college. And it's still dealing with Buster Posey and the front office versus dealing with recruiting and agents and NIL and transfer portals and everything. It's a year-round calendar versus like, hey, you're going to work really hard for 9 months, but 3 months you kind of get to relax. Like, all of that stuff could be at play too. All that stuff is at play. So if Tony Vitello ultimately does go to the Giants, I don't think it's worth burning Danny White at the stake for. It's not like he left for another college job right now, Sam. Maybe down the line he does, but like, he didn't leave for a college job right now. He left because it's a top 10 job in Major League Baseball. I think that's important to remember too.
I don't know the timeline of all these events, but I do think, like, to Tony's defense, maybe if Danny White's going to go and invest $100 million in a whole new stadium, and then like he wins the national title and all of that happens, and then it's just like hey, we got a new women's basketball coach and things are going really good here. So we're going to give you all this money, but now we're actually just going to take it back from you after you've built all this up. Like, to me, that's –
well,
I could be – I'd be pissed off too if I was
100%. And look, Tony Vitello was not Danny White's hire, and Kim Caldwell was Danny White's hire. And Danny White gets to look like a genius if he hires women's basketball and Nate Oates and he fixes that brand, because he can say, hey, I went out and found this coach that was coaching – what was she coaching? Like JUCO D2 basketball like 2 years before, like before she was at Marshall. Like, he could say, I found her, it's mine. So like he is invested. He is invested in her being successful. And also, like, Adidas is invested in the women's basketball program. Like, it's important.
It's a tough spot for Danny.
It is.
It's
a tough spot for everybody, because if you're Vitello, like, you might not get another shot to be a Major League Baseball manager. Like, this might be your only crack at it.
Yeah. Yeah, and if he does it, I mean, I'm not going to hate him. I mean, I don't feel the same way as Sam. He won't be dead to me if he does it.
No, he'll be dead to me if he comes back and goes to Arkansas, though.
Well, that would be, yeah.
And that's ultimately what's going to happen.
That would be the worst case scenario.
Yeah. All right, good batch of headlines. We'll come back. We'll take your comments. We'll see which way the wind blows us. I imagine we go back to football. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free Fan Run app. This is Big Orange Country's sports talk radio superstation, Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you've actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth only drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the triple wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw Premium Vodka comes in 4 flavors: black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw Premium Vodka. Please drink responsibly. Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game, Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Citizens National Bank.
Kick off this football season with a CNB Plus Perks checking account. Move downfield with free online and mobile banking. And cross the goal line with extended evening hours and Saturday banking. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Bo Kregner from the Kregner Group at Realty Executives, and I know there's a lot of choices here in East Tennessee when it comes to choosing a realtor. Here's why the Kregner Group is different. At the Kregner Group, our motto is walking by faith, serving others. It's how I live my life. It's how I run my business. Here at the Kregner Group, we're committed to doing real estate the right way. Faith, honesty, integrity. The Kregner Group. Call me anytime at 865-742-1035 or visit my website at bonoshouses.com.
Well, the bank account's going to get bigger for Tony Vitello. That is true. One way or the other. I imagine Tennessee's going to have to pour some more money somewhere. But do you feel like, Cody, ultimately this ends with Vitello staying or leaving if you had to bet right now?
I think I would bet on Vitello leaving.
Sam,
now.
you betting on staying or leaving? Good stuff. Bubba, you betting on staying or leaving?
Staying.
Sam, have you made your mind up yet?
I kind of feel like maybe the longer it draws out, the better we have a chance.
It feels that way too. Like I do feel like the longer it plays out, the more frustrated San Francisco gets and they move on. And look, if I'm San Francisco, I think it's a bad way to start. If I'm a Giants fan, like I'm already not sold on Tony Vitello because he is a college baseball coach, right? I think you have to come in and impress me. And I gotta say, if I was a Giants fan, I'd be like, if you don't want to be here, bro, don't come. Like if you're torn, if this isn't a no-brainer to you, then don't come. Stay where you're at. That's how I'd feel if I was them. Like I'd already be like, oh, this hotshot coach thinks he's bigger than us. He's not ready for the pros. Stay there. Coach the kids. That's how I'd feel. So I do think, Sam, that the longer it drags out, the better it is because it gives Tennessee a chance to give him everything he wants, and it also gives the Giants a chance to get frustrated and move on.
I just think you only get so many opportunities in life. And, you know, I said all along, I think Tony's he's a relatively young guy. I mean, he's, 45, but he feels younger than that. But I think an opportunity like that would be hard to turn down. Like, just to say you did it, I mean, because you know what you can do in Knoxville. You know what you've done. You've reached the mountaintop. And, yeah, there would be something to be said for being the greatest, arguably, college baseball coach of all time if you win multiple national titles at Tennessee. And that would be something to hang your hat on. But, I mean, sometimes a guy might want to change the pace. He might want to do something different. I feel like Tony may be wired a little bit more like that than to just be an institutionalized coach forever, He would be the first coach ever hired straight out of the college ranks to coach the MLB. And that's –
he gets to be a trailblazer. That's a big thing. It's also a lot of pressure, but that's probably something that Vitello would embrace, being that guy.
That's a big thing. It's like when people were talking about Don Staley getting hired to coach in the NBA or whatever. Like it would be the first time something like that's ever happened.
I think ultimately I would give the slight edge to leaving as of now. If I can make it to like 2:00 today, I think I'll go back in the favor slightly of staying. If you can get to the afternoon today, I think my percentages change. Just because of what we said with, Tennessee getting the war chest together, but also the Giants getting annoyed. Buck2269 writes in, better enjoy all you can in the next 2 to 3 years. You're going to be Tony V out, Rick Barnes out, and Josh Heupel. He just says Josh H. I assume he means out as well. I mean, like I do think as Tennessee fans, you should kind of heed that advice and just kind of appreciate. That's why I still haven't gotten fed up with Heupel. It does feel like Heupel's approval rating has gone down quite a bit after Saturday. After really the last season and a half, which is crazy because you went 10-2 and made the playoff last year, but you never had fun doing it. You never felt like you were actually accomplishing anything last year by doing it. And then this year let's just own it at this point. You should have beaten Georgia. Losing to Georgia was a coaching mistake. It was the team choking more so than Georgia just being great. Can we agree on that? Like, Georgia's not the same Georgia they were 2 or 3 years ago. We knew that coming into the game, that you had more of a puncher's chance in it. You knew that you could play on the field with them. Don't get me wrong. They're still ahead of you. They're still better than you as a program, but they're not a team that you can't expect to beat at home.
Well, at the time, it felt like a heavyweight fight. I mean, they are a top 5 team right now, given their, what they've done on the field. Now, I know what you're saying. Like, their defense has got a lot of holes in it.
Yeah, they're not the same team. They're top 5 because they beat Tennessee. If they lost Tennessee, they wouldn't be top 5.
Right. But I also think that game, you choked it away, and you should have won that game. But I think that one accompanied with all the other results makes you just feel like I don't feel that Heupel's been a very good coach.
No, I mean, I felt bad about the Georgia game during the Georgia game and after the Georgia game. Like I felt like you were maybe not the better team, but where it was close enough that you should win that at home.
It's just a huge missed opportunity.
Yep. But now that missed opportunity hurts much more.
Yeah, the game Saturday wouldn't have been nearly as bad. I mean, I wouldn't say you just, you punt that one or anything. You always want to beat Alabama, but you wouldn't feel the same way today had you beaten Georgia.
Right.
You'd have a lot more room for error. But, you didn't. And so I don't think Heupel has done a very good job coaching this year. Like, there's a lot of moments you can point to where it's like, what the hell are we doing? Like, what is Heupel doing? Has he lost interest? But I'm still a big Heupel supporter. I like the guy. I just want to see him get better as a coach. I want to see him continue to evolve because I think he's a good coach. I do. I think he's the right guy for the program. I want to see him continue to get better.
1 to 100, what's your approval rating right now of Josh Heupel?
I mean, I'm at you always leave some room for it could go off the tracks, but I give it a 78.
78? Sam?
Yeah.
Low 80s.
How low are we talking? 82, 81?
I kind of wanted to say 80, but I didn't want to sound like a sheep. So
below 83.
83? Bubba?
69.
Okay.
Nice.
I think mine is still, I'd say 80, 85. Solid B. And calling it a B even seems gross because, I do think he's been better than just a B. But, I do still think right now that Tennessee is going to go 10-2. Maybe that's dumb. Maybe that ages poorly. But, I think if you beat Kentucky the way you're supposed to on Saturday, I will feel very good about getting Oklahoma at home. I'll feel obviously very good about beating New Mexico State, and I will pick Tennessee to beat Florida and Vanderbilt. So, I can't give him lower than an 85 until I don't think that we're going to be a 10-win program.
I'm still on the 10-2 train.
And I do want to be clear, too. Sorry to cut you off. 85 takes in the entire program into account.
Yeah,
it's not just his coaching decisions. It's just the health of the program. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, it's very healthy. It's a very healthy football program. You're in a spot where, look around the country, Look where everybody else is at. If you're measuring yourself against your peers, Florida sucks. Oklahoma, Venables, that's hit or miss week to week. LSU and Auburn are very unhappy. Penn State's looking for a new coach. If you compare yourself against some of your peers, you're not at the top. You're not as good as Alabama and Georgia right now, but you're damn close against Georgia. Maybe you are as good as Georgia and you just didn't show it, but
I think you are as good as Georgia, but you just made losing plays, and it was less so. It was less so the plays than I thought it was the decisions. I thought coaching cost you the Georgia game. I think players cost you the Alabama game for the most part.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't think Heupel's been great this year, but I kind of trust him. I feel like I give him a leash to get better. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to run him out of town.
On to Kentucky.
Which I've been telling you, it's a tough spot. It's damn Kentucky team.
Does it matter how they beat them?
No. At this point, I just want to survive. I'd like to not have to sweat the damn Kentucky game, but you just got to go up there and win. Now at some point, maybe you do start talking about style points. Is that going to be a conversation?
I'm not going to freak out about style points just because I just what the committee likes and doesn't like just changed so much that I don't even think style points. You just have to hope that you go 10-2 and that you just have to hope you go 10-2 and hope everybody else kind of folds. Now, the Vanderbilt game, Cody, if we're right there on the cutoff and Vanderbilt's top 10, we might have a different answer on that week if Tennessee's kind of at 13th. Like, hey, you need to go in and beat those guys by like 30 to really make a statement. You have to maybe beat Florida big. Maybe we'll get into that in November whenever the rankings start coming out. But right now, with the way it's set up, no, to me, it's just win. Do I think it would behoove the team to play a clean game? Do I think it would behoove Josh Heupel to have a clean game? Yes, of course.
Yeah, it's more about the way you play than it is the scoreboard to me in this one, assuming you win, obviously.
Right, yeah. Like, I just want the team to it's so cliche, and, like, it's funny because we made fun of Butch Jones for all his cliches, but, like, I do think he was one of the guys I feel like I first started talking about complimentary football, or at least he's one of the guys I think of when I hear the term complimentary football. But it is accurate. You have to play complimentary football, and I do feel like this team has just been playing against each other. They have not been pulling in the same direction.
It hasn't felt smooth all year. It just
when the defense is actually giving you chances, the offense isn't putting their foot down. When the offense is actually scoring, the defense then can't get a stop and give them the ball back. Like, it just hasn't really worked together. You haven't been pulling in the same direction really since the Syracuse game. I thought Syracuse, you played complimentary football. I don't think you've been doing it ever since.
It's like a tug of war.
Yeah, you go, okay, now I'll go. And that doesn't work in basketball. Like, I hate watching that type of basketball, but, like, that's to me the analogy. Like, whenever you have two stars on the team and they don't really play good together, it's like, all right, you go score, you do your one-on-one stuff, and I'll sit over here in the corner. Okay, now my turn. I'll do my one-on-one stuff, and I'll try to score. You stand in the corner instead of playing together, instead of doing things together, instead of passing the ball and being one mesh unit. Like, that's how I feel this team has been, and that's been the most disheartening thing. I think the defense has been pretty bad at times. I think the offense has been pretty bad at times. Problem is, or maybe the good thing is, they haven't necessarily been pretty bad at the same time. Somebody's at least tried to keep the team afloat.
I still feel good about our team when I look at the rest of the schedule. Now, there's several opportunities where you could slip up, like to say that the likelihood of going 9-3 is probably greater than the likelihood of going 10-2. You know what I mean? When you take all those opponents into consideration, like, do you feel confident you can beat Oklahoma and Vandy and win at Florida?
No.
Like,
I mean,
you know what I mean?
You're going to be. I mean, you're not going to be favored to do so,
right?
By any means. Like, I mean, like when I've been trying to refresh actually to see like if any of these offshore sites or any of these, the legalized gambling apps will put up updated win totals, but so far they haven't. Like, I want to see what the odds are of Tennessee winning 10 games because I'm imagining, Cody, it's going to be somewhere around like plus 350.
Right. When you put all those games together,
yeah.
in a grouping,
yeah. No, you're not going to be favored to win 10 games. Your over under might even be 8.5 or just right at 9, but like I'd say maybe even just 8.5 because like you're going to be like plus 350, plus 300 to win 10 games.
But when I look at each game individually, I feel like we're the better team in every game. You know what I mean? On a week-to-week basis. So it starts with Kentucky, though. You damn sure got to win that one.
Send us your numbers. I want a actual like kind of check in on some people because like it feels so gross on game days, but then I do think I don't really take people at heart or to heart or take them at face value whenever it comes to game days.
There's a lot of emotion there.
There's a lot of emotion. You might be boozing, you might be gambling, you might be doing both. But like everyone wants Tennessee to win and everyone wants them to look good. So like I don't get upset when people are angry because sometimes people say mean stuff to me. And I don't take it too seriously if it happens on a Saturday. Now, if people are tweeting me mean stuff on Monday or Tuesday, then I'm like, oh, that guy's a jerk. But for the most part, I give everybody a pass on Saturdays, especially around a game. So, like, I want to do this pulse check, this vibe check right here on a Monday because you should be kind of reset by now. Let's go to break. We'll continue the conversation. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
North Knox Siding and Windows is a complete exterior home improvement company that can help you with all your home exterior needs. If your home needs new siding, windows, doors, gutters, handrails, a deck, or a new roof, then give my friends at North Knox Siding and Windows a call at 865-689-0505. You can also visit their showroom at 5618 North Broadway. Locally owned and operated and proudly serving all of Knoxville and the surrounding areas, North Knox Siding and Windows. Online at northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
Today, we raise a glass of Jameson Irish whiskey to the sport of football. Hear, hear!
To Gaelic football, born in Ireland in 1885 in its thrilling blend of soccer, rugby and basketball. On a massive field, 15 players kick or hand pass a round ball to score points over a bar or into a net. No pads, no helmet, no sense.
Hear, hear!
To college football, which kicked off in 1869 when Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4 in the Battle of New Jersey. With 11 players and helmets and pads, teams battle on a 100-yard gridiron with explosive pass plays and hard-hitting tackles. Unless you're called for targeting.
Hear, hear! Since 1780, Jameson Irish whiskey has been enjoyed by sports fans all around the globe. Whether your football is Gaelic, American, or even soccer, we can all agree on super smooth Jameson Irish whiskey. Hear, hear!
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Whether it's a routine cleaning, whitening for that big event, or fixing a nagging toothache, our gentle team is here for you. With flexible hours, family-friendly care, and the latest technology, Knoxville Smiles makes every visit stress-free. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Call Knoxville Smiles today at 865-539-1776 or book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Friday Night Lights are back, and that means so is the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show. Join me, Tim Hill, a.k.a. Vols Tim 85, and my crew every Friday night starting at 9:30 p.m. Live action, live calls, and all of the biggest talking points in East Tennessee high school football. It's the Friday Night Scoreboard Show presented by SM Athletics right here on Fan Run Radio, 1340 AM, the free Fan Run app, and streaming live on YouTube on Fan Run TV.
Me, I'm super.
And ratings aside, a lot of people are just having the realization wash over them that they'll never win anything of substance with Josh here.
Well, okay. I mean, like a championship.
Anything of substance with Josh here. That's a tough statement to read. It's a tough statement at this point to disagree with. Now, I think I'm still above that point. I still think Josh Heupel can win something of substance here. I don't know why I don't feel any of the negativity other people do, because for most of my time doing this, I think most people would say I was more negative than other people. Like that negativity was kind of my thing. But like I don't necessarily feel any of the negativity that people do.
Well, it always sucks after a loss. But then you get a few days to kind of collect your thoughts and readjust your expectations maybe. And what do we hope to get out of this ultimately? Everybody wants to win championships, but only one team does it every year.
No,
and you got to have
some other teams get to win SEC championships, or at least play in an SEC championship.
Yeah, but you got to have talent to do that, and we're recruiting at a good level.
We're recruiting in the top 10-ish.
You got to have talent more in football than you do anywhere else. I feel like we've done a pretty good job working the portal. I mean, Jermod McCoy was a portal guy. He's not on the field now, but you've had some success with the quarterbacks that have transferred in, obviously. You got to keep building your roster with high school recruiting, and I think we're doing a good job of that right now, assuming we can keep everything together.
Yeah.
So I mean, it takes a little time in football, I feel like, to get to a championship level more than it would in, say, basketball, where you've only got 5 guys on the floor. Like, you have to have some depth to your roster. Not as much as you used to in the NIL era, but
it does suck, though, because football doesn't have, like, the same safety nets that baseball and basketball do.
Where you can take some losses and –
well, not only that, but yeah, that too. But I just like, hey, you made the Sweet 16. Like the regular season, you could be like, a pretty middle of the pack team and like not really have a great season, be the equivalent of a football 8-4. But you won 2 tournament games, you made the Sweet 16, put a number on the banner. Baseball, yeah, you got hot and you went to a super regional.
Well, yeah, you don't have that in football. I mean, if you don't make the playoff, nobody cares what you did.
Would we be freaking out as much about the state of the program if it was still a 4-team playoff?
Would we be freaking out less or more would be the question, because I feel like if you didn't have the playoff appearance last year, you might have looked at that Arkansas game even harsher. So I don't know what the answer is there, Sam, because like if you'd have gone 11-1 with your only loss at Georgia, like do I think you'd have been a top 4 team last year? No, but like you would have looked at blowing that 10-point lead at Georgia and blowing the game against Arkansas maybe even harsher. Maybe blowing the opportunity against South Carolina in 2022 even harsher. I think it works both ways because, like, making the playoff, I think, is something you could point to. So, like, when Thomas says nothing of substance, I do think getting a playoff berth is substance. Now, you didn't win in the playoff, so, like, you could say you didn't win anything in there, and that's fine. But, like, I do think being one of 12 teams is something to hang your hat on. On the flip side, Sam, if there was no 12-team playoff, you might look and say, you finished in the top 10 2 years in a row, or not 2 years in a row, 2 out of 3, and you won an Orange Bowl. And you could argue that's substance. I think it's just kind of like in the eye of the beholder of what you deem important. I think the 12-team playoff gives you a safety net because I think you could still look at this season as a success if you go 10-2 and you make the playoff. Whereas in the past, if this was a 10-2 season, it probably just ends with a Florida January bowl game, and you don't feel too good about it because like you're going to be like the 5th ranked SEC team, and whatever. But like if you get there and you're like, hey, we're in the dance, I do think that stuff still matters. Football just doesn't have as many of those little accomplishments you can check off. Did you make the conference championship? No. Did you win a national championship? No. Okay, well that's it. That's how it's been for most of the time. Whereas basketball, you made the tournament. You made the Sweet 16. You made the Elite 8. You won the SEC regular season. You were a top 4. You got a bye in the SEC tournament. Maybe you won the SEC tournament. You got so many more accomplishments you can check off.
It's like that year we won the Orange Bowl. I mean, I really enjoyed that.
Right.
I went to Miami for it. I thought it was cool, but you and some other people thought, who cares,
Yeah, I mean, it was disappointing after the way the season went. And, it was better to win it than lose it, don't get me wrong. But, yeah, like it didn't carry it. Making the 12-team playoff last year mattered more to me than winning the Orange Bowl. I don't know if people still feel that way.
Well, just because of the chance you had to play for a championship, like.
And it wasn't a consolation. Yeah, like you made what the goal was. Like,
well, going into the Ohio State game, I would agree with that. But the way it played out, obviously, didn't feel as good.
I think when I've had enough, we've been removed far enough away from it that, like, to me, it still is better. The pain of getting embarrassed by Ohio State should be over by then. But, like, for the most part, the people that have weighed in have been in the 80s still, which is nice to see. Couple 60s, couple 59s. But for the most part, people still kind of there in the high 70s, low 80s, which I think is where we all said we're at. Except Bubba, who's at 69, but I think he was just trying to do a joke. Or maybe he really does feel like it's a 69.
What's the joke there?
I mean, I felt the joke is that Tennessee program is a 69 right now with Josh Heupel.
Okay.
You think our program's a joke?
So you're closer to fed up with Josh.
I mean, I understand the program's in a much better place than I would have been, but also, who knows, it's always the coulda, woulda, shoulda, different guy. You don't know what the outcome is. We could be, top 7 right now, but instead we're clutching onto our pearls and hoping to beat Vandy for a playoff spot.
What's annoying is if that Max Gilbert kick just went in, we're not even having this conversation.
Well, I just think it's hard to set fire to the program when we had to convince half our fan base that we could even win 7 games this summer. And then now you get to this point and it's like, oh, why aren't we going out there and beating a top 3 team in football?
That's
half of our fan base didn't believe that we were a bowl team this summer.
That's a pretty decent point there, Sam, that like the Joey Aguilar getting him off the trash heap, good graces, did not last very long for Josh Heupel.
8-4 still on the table.
8-4 is firmly on the table. I mean, 7-5 is on the table.
Yeah, I mean,
I think 10-2 is still on the table, though.
Everybody in August was like, yeah, it's probably 9-3 team. You know, like a lot of people said.
I mean, there were national people saying if Josh Heupel won 8 games, he should be up for like SEC Coach of the Year.
Yeah. Yeah, now the expectations change when the season gets going. I mean, it's just the way it goes.
Well, it is funny. It is funny, but like the expectations change despite your starting right tackle being out a month, your starting corners being out, your quarterback being a guy you had to get in the summer, basically.
Jesse Perry
like
never was out.
What's that?
Jesse Perry was never out.
I mean, he wasn't your starting right tackle coming into the season, though, Bubba. He was your starting right guard. Didn't I say your starting right tackle was out?
Who was that?
David Sanders.
He's not starting.
He was your starting right tackle coming into the season, Bubba. He was announced as a starter leading into the Syracuse game until he got hurt.
Yep.
So your starting right tackle being out a month, your starting corners out a month, yet the expectations just kept getting higher and higher. And the demand got higher and higher, which is fine. It's just funny that all offseason people are like, let's just slow down, guys. 8-4, 9-3. Then we get to the season, it's like actually full throttle.
Yeah, it's like we all wanted to temper our expectations till we actually started playing football. But I think, people saw Joey be so good early in that Georgia game. It was like, oh yeah, Heisman. Yeah, we're back on board here. This championship's team. Joey's
to me, that just is signs of a healthy program, though, when you have that high of an expectations after setting that standard early in the season. So then now to just strip all of that down to the nails is unfair to me.
Well, yeah, and part of like the fact we have those expectations is why I'm at 85. Yeah. Like it's fun to have these expectations, and we haven't failed to meet them yet. We'll see how the rest of the season plays out, but over the next 5 games, you can still get to 10-2, which everyone would have been very happy with before the season. Let's see how they handle it. Hour 2 in the books. We'll kick off hour 3 with some headlines. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 865-544-8220. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at menspronknoxville.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor. But we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same-day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, performance, Peyronie's, size and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic performance and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 865-544-8220. Or book in 30 seconds or less at menspronknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Attention service members and veterans. Introducing the Griffin Law Firm, your trusted ally in military legal matters. From court-martials to benefit claims, at Griffin Law, your mission is their mission. Here's VFL Marshall Griffin.
As a veteran and retired military attorney, I've successfully defended lifelong benefits and helped preserve professional futures. So I know that when you hire a military justice lawyer, you maximize your chance to get relief. With my unique experience, I can advocate for you because there's no military matter that's too big or too small. Let us help you make these critical decisions that could affect the rest of your life. Remain silent. Request counsel. Call Griffin Law.
For a free consultation, call 888-707-4600 888-707-4282. That's 888-707-4282. Or just visit griffinlawdefense.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports. Talk Sports.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Ay. Overrated, underrated on Wednesday. Fan Run Radio, Talk Sports said, not in my house, I ain't talking to Kim, babe. Johnny Cody out here asking where the ops at. Tennessee Volunteers here for combat. It's the Cherokee Ghost, John Reed and Cody doing everything we can to bring Rocky Top back. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Never leave a witness, never leave loose ends. Nico ain't nothing but a nuisance. 2026, we making new friends.
Talk Sports.
Hour number 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Cody, how'd you do this weekend in the SM Athletics ESPN College Football Pick'em?
Well, I went 8-2.
Uh-oh.
And I'm still in like the 96th percentile, but I actually fell a few spots in the rankings because my confidence numbers were a bit off.
Okay.
So like my 7th most confident, my 7-pointer didn't hit. So good record. I mean, 8-2. We'll take that every week, but some of these guys out here were hotter than I was. So
Sam Hurd continues to pace everybody. He had he's got 317 points. He is 8 clear of Ivan Motley. I don't know, Cody, where have you fallen? You fallen all the way down to 9th?
Yeah, I'm 9th.
Oh, no.
I mean, I went 8-2. Like, I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'd sign up for that every week. I feel like if I did that every week, I'd win.
A perfect weekend for Ivan. How about that, Ivan? The max points you could get in a week is 53, and he came through with 53 points.
It's good stuff. Picked them all right. That's what you got to do.
That's pretty damn impressive. Cody, on the other hand, had 33 points this weekend. Wait. Is 53 actually the max? I believe it is.
I mean, if you get them all right,
10, 9, 8,
then it
7.
has to be the max.
Yeah.
Was he 10-0?
Well, I don't know. It just says his max was 53. Everyone else had a different max, so I don't know how that necessarily works. I assumed it meant everybody had a 53 max.
No.
He did not. No, he did not go perfect. He missed one.
Oh, okay. Well, still a good week.
He missed his 2-pointer, so I guess you can get 55 points in a given week.
Yeah, see, I missed my 7-pointer. That hurt me.
He picked Utah over BYU. That's the only one he missed. So I guess in any given week you can get 53 points, or 55 points, and he got 53.
I also picked Utah, but the Mormons get it done. That was a good-looking game. The blue on red.
Yeah.
Both teams wearing their home uniforms.
I didn't watch any of it. Let's hit some Hour 3 headlines. What you got?
Well, thanks, John.
You're welcome, man.
Former Buccaneers running back Doug Martin has died. He a former All-Pro. You remember him for the Bucs?
Do I remember Doug Martin? Yeah, I remember Doug Martin.
Yeah.
The muscle hamster.
Yeah, his family said in a statement Sunday he has died at age 36. Sad news.
Does it say how he died? Was this like...
From what I saw, they didn't disclose it yet.
It doesn't say, but Jordan sent me something this morning. I don't know if this was...
does that feel ominous, like sad, like we're going to find out something bad about him? Or
according to TMZ this morning, they said he died while in police custody.
Oh,
okay. So maybe this is legit here. What Jordan sent me: suspect dies after suffering a medical emergency while allegedly breaking into an Oakland home.
Okay, so Doug had gone down a different path. Okay.
Yeah, maybe get more details on that. But yeah, apparently, I guess this was him. I don't know, but anyway, moving along from that, over the weekend, a lot of college football results. Florida State, one of them, they are looking to make a decision on Mike Norvell after the season amid speculation. The athletic director, Michael Alford, said in a statement this morning, "We rightfully have high expectations in everything we do to represent Florida State. As we continue to move forward, our comprehensive assessment of the football program will be completed at season's end. Meanwhile, we are fully committed to helping Coach Norvell and the 2025 Seminoles strongly rebound in the coming weeks." So essentially, Florida State is going to fire Mike Norvell probably at the end of the year. It would be the takeaway from that. Crazy how this season's gone for them, huh? Turns out they're still not a good team, despite beating Alabama. Did you watch any of that game over the weekend?
I got some of the noon games. I didn't really watch much college football this weekend. When you're traveling,
you're pretty busy, yeah.
I mean, I got to see my UConn Huskies. Although I did the money monster parlay, except I took Iowa money line versus the Iowa 2.5, and I took Tennessee plus 10.5 instead of plus 9.5. So that the refs not giving us that last touchdown with 6 seconds left, not only did it make our final score look a little worse for the committee, it also cost me the parlay. So that was great. I thought we scored on that last drive. I thought we got in. Of course, no review, and I have no problem with them not really reviewing it with 5 seconds left of a 17-point game, but just add it to the list of things the officials didn't want to give us.
Well, Florida State lost to Stanford, so definitely in a better spot than them. Stanford, meanwhile, fined $50,000 by the ACC for fans on the field. Another Norvell was fired. Colorado State fired their head coach, Norvell. These guys related? Jay Norvell? I had no idea who this was. I guess he was the head coach for Colorado State.
I know him just because he was the one that got into it with Dion. Was it last year or 2 years ago? I guess it could be either one of those. Was it last year?
I think
2 years ago.
I think last year.
Okay.
Wasn't that just, or maybe it was that long ago.
That's the only reason I know him. That's the only reason I know him. But darn. See you later, buddy.
So you think we scored on that last drive?
I don't know. It looked like it to me, but I don't know.
Is it a loser mentality that I was really hoping we'd get one of those garbage time touchdowns to make it look a little better? 10-point loss.
Yeah, probably from that reason. I wanted it because I had plus 10.5, but it would have been nicer to lose by 10 versus 17.
Wasn't that for the over too?
It was at least for the team total over. Probably for the team. Yeah, probably for the whole game too, right? Because it was 57, and throughout most of the week it was higher than that. So, yeah, it would have been nice. I don't know if that makes it a loser mentality.
Shane Beamer calls South Carolina his dream job amid chatter that he might take the Virginia Tech job. Says, no, South Carolina's my dream job. Terry Saban on the possibility of Nick Saban taking the Penn State job. She says, I have no doubt if Nick wanted to go back to coaching, he could win his 8th national championship, but we're having too much fun. And we wouldn't want to take that opportunity away from all of our baby coaches like Kirby and Lane.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
I think Florida State should probably pull the trigger there on Norvell. Well, Ty Simpson, after his performance against Tennessee over the weekend, is number 1 in On3's Heisman poll. Their Week 9 Heisman top 10. They have Ty Simpson, number 1. Do you believe he's playing like a Heisman quarterback?
No, but I think he's playing good quarterback.
I thought he looked pretty good.
He looks good. He's not what I think of when I think of Heisman, but he is playing the highest level.
Yeah, Fernando Mendoza at Indiana, Diego Pavia at Vandy, Marcel Reed at A&M, and Julian Sayin at Ohio State round out the top 5 there in the Heisman poll. Then they got Reuben Bain down there at number 9. Miami lost this weekend, Friday night. They took a big L against Louisville.
Yeah.
Did you see any of that game?
I did. That was Carson Beck special.
Yeah. He refused to not throw interceptions.
Yeah, that's Carson Beck special. He was awful in that game. Like he was brutal. He just was hell bent on throwing that game away.
And then he blamed his receiver post game.
On the very last one?
Yeah. He was like, the guy ran the wrong route. Miscommunication. I feel like you just can't say that if you're a quarterback.
Dan Mullen over the weekend responding to...
No, that's how you lose the team there.
Dan Mullen responding over the weekend to some talk about him taking the Arkansas job. He said, quote, 0.0 interest in Arkansas. Thanks for the shout out, though. Y'all need to hire Gus Malzahn.
I like that he just came out and said, go ahead and shut that down.
0.0 interest, he says. Well, we also had some NFL action yesterday. A lot of good games around the league. Jaden Daniels set for an MRI after exiting the Commanders' loss to the Cowboys. He's going to have an MRI on his hamstring. So the sophomore quarterback a little banged up for Washington. Nice win for the Cowboys yesterday, 44-22.
That was a bad performance from Washington. Jaden Daniels just didn't look good even before the injury. But that Cowboys offense is explosive, man. They aren't very good at defense. I'll be interested to see if they go out and try. I mean, like, hell, any of the good Titans players are up for sale, Cowboys. We just ain't got many of them on defense, but we might got better than what you got. Just give us a call because they need some help because that offense, especially, CeeDee Lamb got back and was making a big impact. That's a good offense.
Speaking of good offense, how about the Broncos yesterday in the fourth quarter? Scoring 33 points. The Denver Broncos had not scored in yesterday's game until the fourth quarter, and they beat the Giants 33-32, an all-time loss for the New York Giants, and they've had a few over the years. They were down 18 with 6 minutes to play. Before Sunday, teams had lost 1,602 consecutive games when trailing by 18 points or more with 6 minutes to play. Denver changed that with 33 points in the fourth quarter. It's most in a quarter in franchise history and tied for the second most in a quarter in NFL history. Bo Nix said, I don't even know how we scored 33 points in a quarter. It's kind of insane. We just did whatever we had to do to get it done, and we did it by any means necessary. 0 points going into the fourth quarter. They finished with 33 points.
That was about as New York of a loss as you could get. Like to be the Giants, like if you're Brian Daboll, like you got it. You're not gonna get fired, but like, how do you let that happen? How do you give up 33 points in the fourth quarter like that? There's not enough time in NFL games for that to happen.
No, it's crazy.
Like if you had just told all the Giants fans, hey, Denver's gonna get you on a walk-off field goal, all their fans would probably be like, man, that's tough. But, man, we really fought. This team's headed in the right direction. Good job, Jackson Dart. Good job, defense. Things are still good. This was a really tough game on the schedule. I still believe. But instead, it's like, actually, you gave up 33 points in the fourth quarter and lost on a walk-off field goal. That doesn't feel as good, especially after your kicker, shanks 2 extra points.
It marked the largest fourth quarter comeback for a team that had not scored in the first 3 quarters in NFL history. Pretty crazy. Never seen anything like it. And Mike McDaniel says his focus remains on his 1-6 Dolphins, not his job and whether or not he's going to be employed. They got hammered by Cleveland yesterday to fall to 1-6. Their only win over the winless Jets.
Mike McDaniel, it's never good whenever he comes and does his pressers, and every week someone's like, this guy's on drugs. This guy's got an alcohol problem, but he seemed so out of it yesterday after that game. Yeah, well, we're going to evaluate everybody and see who's impacting the team in a winning way. We'll see. It's kind of crazy they haven't fired him yet.
Yeah, what are they waiting on?
I don't know if it's his fault. I mean, it seems like he's the cool guy or tries to be the cool guy, and you can't really be the cool guy on a team that needs a leader.
Nothing's cool about being 1-6.
No, and like Tua's not a leader either. Tua's not the type of guy who can light a fire under that team, so like you kind of need your head coach to be the one that can light a fire under him, and he's not that guy either. So, like, it feels just like a complete disaster. It seems like a terrible marriage. Then you had last week them going back and forth where Tua called out the team. Then McDaniel kind of called out Tua, saying he didn't agree with what Tua was saying. It just seems like they're pulling in different directions. It obviously seems like they're cooked.
And finally, Santa's Pub in Nashville has been named the best dive bar in Tennessee by Tasting Table.
Hell yeah.
Do you concur?
Santa's Pub, #1. I mean, when it comes to dive bars, I've always been a big backdoor tavern guy myself, but Santa's is, it's a good dive bar. It fits the, it has street cred as a dive bar. As they say in this write-up, it occupies a double-wide trailer that used to be part of a construction site. So
that's a blue-collar place right on down from the racetrack and the fairgrounds there.
Yep.
Is it a blue-collar place? Because I always just see like hipsters there, like, and then like celebrities. Like
after Saturday night, it's full of blue-collar men and women.
It's a mix for sure. Definitely some hipsters there too.
I mean, I feel like it's kind of gotten bigger. I feel like it's kind of gotten bigger than just like the blue collar people. It feels like a tourist spot now. No,
yeah, I mean Kendall Jenner and Bad Bunny went there.
Yeah, so. Like I saw Ed Sheeran there singing karaoke. It doesn't really scream blue collar to me,
I'd say it's still pretty blue collar during the week, but yeah, it's a mix. But any good dive bar should be.
I bet they get so mad on weekends.
Did you see the news at the Louvre?
I was told about it. I didn't read it, but like basically like somebody pulled off a heist, right? Like $1 million heist. Huh?
There was a heist in broad daylight.
Is this just another promo for like the Now You See Me movies?
It could be.
Know. But apparently they stole a lot of valuable jewels or something like that.
With chainsaws and such, right? They came in like cut them out of the walls or something.
I didn't see that, but Yeah, I saw that there's some portion of the Louvre that's under construction, and they went like undercover as like construction people or something like that, and they stole a bunch of stuff.
Pretty impressive.
Place got evacuated yesterday because of it. Gonna be a good movie on the basis of that.
Yeah, it'll be a good movie. It'll be a good movie.
I had a nice parlay Sunday Night Football.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I took the Niners with an alternate line, cover 6.5, and McCaffrey to score 2 touchdowns.
Nice.
That last one hit like a needle in the vein. Beautiful. Got the alternate cover and the touchdown there.
What'd that pay out, odds-wise?
It was like plus 800 and something with the boost. So I'm rich.
Yeah, you think you can send me some of that money you owe me?
Well, when I say rich, it's it's $47 that I didn't have before.
Yeah, but that could be a good start to paying back what you owe me.
Well, sure, 5 to win 47. I mean, that's that's good.
47 could make a good dent.
Nice bet.
Do you need my Venmo?
No, I got it. I know what it is.
Okay, well, I look forward to seeing at least 40 of those dollars hit. I'll let you keep 7. You can buy yourself lunch.
Okay.
Send me 35. You can buy yourself lunch.
Yeah, okay, sounds good.
That'll be nice.
All right. See you in court.
Not sad. That really is just sad. Let's go to break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
For the fans, by the fans, this is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
With over 60 years of experience in the industry, Merritt Garage Doors has a wealth of expertise in commercial overhead doors in the East Tennessee area. Merritt offers a wide range of door styles like sectionals, rolling steel, high-speed, and sheet doors. They also supply and install a wide range of dock equipment. If your business is in need of overhead doors, no matter the type, look no further than Merritt Garage Door, Knoxville's best and most trusted overhead door company. Contact them anytime for a free estimate at 865-933-5319 or online at merrittgaragedoor.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
It's football time in Tennessee, so crack open a cold beer that doesn't fumble the flavor. Garage Beer is 100% beer-flavored beer. No gimmicks, just cold beer. Built for bonfires, backyards, and beating Bama. Garage Beer is proud to be brewed right here in the Volunteer State. So pick up a 12-pack today and look for the drive celebrating Football Fridays at select Garage Beer headquarters around town this fall. American-owned, Tennessee-brewed Garage Beer. 100% beer-flavored beer.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine. Live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Back on the program. You want to talk more Tennessee, Alabama, Tennessee big picture stuff, or you want to talk some NFL?
I don't know.
Sam? I didn't think anything really happened in the NFL yesterday that warranted discussion, to be honest, other than the Chiefs are back. Like, the Chiefs, that offense, like Patrick Mahomes now the favorite to win MVP. The Chiefs are now the Super Bowl favorites, betting-wise. Like, Rashee Rice came back, hit the ground running. That offense, like, looks good.
That was good. Rashee Rice hit the ground running.
Mm-hmm.
Typical for him.
Yeah. No. 2 touchdowns right out the gate, though. You know, really fast and furious from him. The Raiders suck. Like, Geno Smith, they need to put him out to pasture. Like, you can't play quarterback at that level. Like, did you see his spray chart, like his quarterback chart? He had like 16 attempts for like 60 yards. Like, everything was just, complete dink and dunking. Like, he's not playing quarterback. They need to just put him out to pasture. Like, that seems like they like the Russell Wilson trade where you give up an asset and then give him an extension immediately. The Raiders completely shot themselves in the foot, trading for Geno, giving up a 3rd-round pick, and then immediately giving him an extension. So, like, I don't think there's anything in the NFL worth talking about from yesterday. I thought it was a pretty boring day.
How about Sam coming in here Friday, acting like he had it all wrapped up, like he was just going to cruise to a fantasy win over me this weekend?
Wait, did he not beat you?
And well, I was setting that up.
I
was going to say, and then
how about Cody benching AJ Brown the first time he?
That's not what beat me. That's not what beat me. I trust me. I thought of it as soon as I put him on the bench, and he had a 37-yard touchdown.
Sorry to step over your joke there, but I was so confused because I checked.
I
checked that score, and I thought Sam had done well. But I was like, you might have had Christian McCaffrey. I was like, wait a second. I was working through that.
No, I was going to
go ahead. Go ahead. Do the whole thing over. It's fine.
Yeah. How about Sam coming in here talking all that trash Friday about how he had it wrapped up and he was going to beat me with ease, and it was over on Friday, and then his team scoring 157 points. That's what I was going to do there.
Yeah. Sorry, I stepped on you there.
But hey, we got a little more in the standings, and the points for. I mean, we're going to have a pretty good effort at 137. AJ Brown wasn't the difference. The problem was I started DK Metcalf. I didn't know CD was going to be healthy.
What do you mean
for sure.
AJ wasn't the difference?
Well, because I had DK Metcalf, but on Thursday, you got to think I didn't know for sure that CD was going to play, and so I gambled wrong. And I said, well, if CD doesn't play, I guess we'll put Metcalf in here. He scores 6. Either way, I would have lost.
If you'd have played AJ Brown instead of DK Metcalf, you wouldn't have. You'd still have a chance.
Well, yeah, but I just explained that for the time. I didn't.
Well, yeah, but I think they said all week that CD was trending towards playing.
Well, I guess I missed it. But I'm just saying I'm not choosing to say AJ Brown. I don't think that's the reason. Like, Keenan Allen still had a great game. CD had a good game.
You wouldn't have probably put. Although you love Keenan Allen, but you probably wouldn't have put him in over DK.
You also had Addison on the bench. You could have, waited there if you didn't want Pickens on Thursday. But
mismanagement by me. But it wasn't so bad as like you
didn't put up 70 points. You didn't put up a fight.
Yeah, I mean AJ for Keenan Allen. It's not like AJ had 28 and then Keenan Allen got me 3. Because that was the decision I made. But nonetheless, another loss. So here we are, 1-6.
Oh no, Bubba! What happened to you?
Back in the poorhouse.
Whenever I was looking at you, you were projected to win. Did Tally Algier didn't
I was
score?
never projected to win over Walker.
Whenever I checked,
it was always like 46. I mean, at one point it was like a 53% win.
Okay, well that's what you were projected to win.
Darren Waller gets hurt like first plays in, no points from him. Jaden Daniels hurts himself.
Jaden Daniels got hurt. Yeah. Tyler Algier scored 1 point. Okay.
How's your team? Yeah, he had to go off the field too.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
Did you win?
I'm up 70, but Russ has got 3 guys. I'm projected to win by 25 points, but he's got some guys that could really go off. He's got Baker and Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah.
And the kicker for the Bucks. So, like, those guys got to score 70, 71 points.
I'd still feel pretty good up 70.
I do feel good, but Baker and Gibbs could go crazy. That game could be a big-time shootout tonight in Detroit. It wouldn't shock me if it was a big-time shootout.
Well, Bo Nix went off yesterday. He ended up with 39 in one other league I was in.
I benched him. I benched him in the league I had him for Drake May and felt smart because Drake May looked pretty good as he was kicking the Titans' ass, and Bo Nix was struggling, and then Bo Nix went crazy.
A.J. Brown, finally a big game.
Finally did it.
2 touchdowns.
Finally did it. Check it over on the Freaks over on YouTube. Go like, subscribe, comment. Shane writes in, the criticism for Josh is warranted, but I also think we need to slow down and look around. Who would leave and come here that would be a significant improvement over Josh?
Who we going to get?
Georgia got lucky with Kirby. Penn State's going to see this too. It doesn't happen very often. Yeah, I mean, I would like to think, Shane, I would like to give our Freaks and some of the people in our fan base the benefit of the doubt that like a low approval rating doesn't mean that they want him fired. Like, I don't know how many people, like, even if you said that you are convinced he's not going to win big here, like, does that mean that you're ready to, like, spin the wheel and make a firing? Because to me, I feel like we still got some steps to go for that. The realization that you're not going to win big here, I don't think means that you necessarily pull the plug. And again, I don't think I'm convinced that we're not going to win big here. I think if Joey Aguilar plays better, some people speculating about a concussion. Was there anything on TV that made you guys think there was a concussion, Sam?
They were talking about his neck a lot during the game.
Yeah, they kept having to massage his neck during.
Like he went to the tent a few times during the game to get something like rubbed on his neck.
I saw him go to the tent early in the game. I was like, oh boy, did I travel down here to watch Jake Merklinger? I said we need to go ahead and go.
And then one of those tackles, I believe they called a penalty on it.
Yeah, the late hit on
like
the
the
slide.
elbow just came down straight on his neck. I'm sure that didn't help.
Yeah. Okay.
How about the fact that next year's schedule, we could be seeing as many as 5 first-year coaches? LSU, Auburn, Arkansas, maybe South Carolina. Probably not, but, I mean, they're not doing very well.
I don't think they'd fire Beamer, and
Kentucky.
I don't know if he might hire him at this point with how bad they look. I still feel bad for Lenora Sellers. Like, they just can't block. They are terrible.
They might be the worst team in the conference right now.
How did they put that offensive line together? Like, it is the meme of the Ferrari sitting under that white shed. You know what I'm talking about? Outside the really, really rundown house. It's a really nice car in the garage. That's what it feels like watching Lenora Sellers on that team.
I mean, more than half your conference opponents could have first-year coaches, theoretically.
We'll worry about that in the next offseason.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Yeah,
about
we'll worry about that next in the offseason. Like, I think this team still has the makings of a playoff team. I still think, like Cody's pointed out, you lost 2 top 5 games. Now, do I think Georgia's actually a top 5 team? I don't know. So I don't know if that's the case this year.
Well, you lost the 2 games you thought you might have lost.
Yeah. I mean, I do think that is important. Now, that means the pressure's on now. But I think looking at the schedule, most everybody would have looked and said, you're going to lose at Bama. And you're going to lose to Georgia.
That's what we would have said before the year. I mean, that's what I would have thought.
Now, Bama didn't do you any favors by coming out and losing to Florida State. That changed everyone's expectation. And I do feel that way about Alabama that I said about Georgia. Like, I don't think they're a team full of aliens. Like, I do think you could have won that game had you just played better. And that's the frustrating part, is that like that game was winnable, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think at this point in the season, it's clear that Alabama's better than Georgia right now. I mean, just the way the teams are playing.
Alabama's efficient, and they did some things. Like one of their third down conversions, I saw the Packers run it yesterday too, but it was brilliant. Like, you kept the tight end to block, And as the pass rusher runs by him, you just slip him right out, and he's wide open for 15 yards. And we fell for it. And they did some really cool stuff. I thought every screen they pretty much dialed up was the right call. They knew how to run screens to keep us off balance. They run a NFL offense, it feels like.
What do you think the most dangerous game is left on the schedule?
The most dangerous game?
Yeah.
It's got to be Vandy, right?
You think Vandy's clearly better than Oklahoma?
Yeah, I think so.
Just the implications of that game.
All the
There's
pressure
a very
on it.
good chance that both teams are 9-2 going in there and playing for the last playoff spot in the SEC.
Yeah.
What about the big boogeyman waiting in the swamp?
I mean, I think that's a fair one. I think you can make the case for any of the 4 SEC games. Like, I think the SEC is so good this year, or at least so balanced this year. Maybe I shouldn't call it so good. The SEC is so balanced this year that any of these games can be close. Kentucky took Texas down to the wire. Now, do I think Texas is great? No, but that's still impressive for a team that's supposed to be the worst in the conference.
The fact that they're still playing for Stoops is, I mean, you know they're going to be ready for the Tennessee game. We're the one team on their schedule they want to beat the most.
We're also the team on their schedule that they don't think they can beat.
Yeah,
which
maybe,
I think helps.
Maybe that helps, yeah.
Like, if I'm their fans, I don't think they're necessarily showing up for the game because they hate losing to Tennessee. Plus, there's some stuff out there about Stoops. Listener Robbie sent me in something this morning that, just from a Kentucky message board that basically said, like, all the things behind the scenes are kind of lining up now where Stoops knows he's gone, and they're trying to just make it amicable at the end. That everything has kind of changed behind the scenes recently. That's from a staff member over on Kentucky's On 3.
Feel pretty good about the New Mexico State game.
I feel good about the New Mexico State game, but yeah,
I think we'll be bowl eligible for sure.
We'll get to bowl eligibility, but yeah, like any of those 4 SEC games have their own challenges. Like Oklahoma's going to come in here and they're going to have a defense. The thing about it is, like, I do still feel like our pass protection is still good enough.
Yeah,
to hold up against Oklahoma.
I think we're going to beat Oklahoma. I feel good about that one too. Those last two, I think, worry me the most at Florida and Vandy. I mean,
I think that is completely fair. Right now on FanDuel, Tennessee is plus 370 to make the playoff.
Well, you were pretty close on the if we win 10 games.
Vanderbilt to make the playoff?
They're higher than us right now, I'd imagine.
Plus 205.
Yeah, that don't matter.
Texas, a little surprising. Texas is plus 190. Texas has worked their way back into being in consideration.
The media loves Texas.
That big win over Kentucky.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of crazy, though?
Well,
isn't that kind of crazy, though, that the vibe around Texas after barely beating Kentucky, even though they're 5-2, is still so much higher than it is for Tennessee?
Well, that's how those preseason polls impact things. Everybody thought Texas was the number 1 team in the country.
Texas has beaten San Jose State, UTEP, Sam Houston, Oklahoma, and Kentucky.
Yeah.
Like, what? Now, I will say for Texas, like, I think there's a lot of value betting-wise right now on minus 235 no for Texas. They have to play at Mississippi State, this upcoming weekend. But after that, they got Vandy at Georgia and home for A&M, which maybe if they win all 3, they'll be a playoff team because they got some resume builders on there. But come on, like, what are we talking about?
My upset pick of the week is Mississippi State beating Texas.
They fought.
They're going down.
They fought against Florida. Arkansas fought against A&M as well.
Yeah, even the bad teams. I mean,
and that's why I can't say any of these games I have like the utmost confidence in. Like, if you told me Tennessee lost to Kentucky, I'd be very, very, very disappointed, but I couldn't say that I couldn't see it coming. You know what I mean? Like, you know it's going to be a dogfight.
I still think Kentucky's got to be the worst team in the league. I mean, South Carolina doesn't look very good right now, but that Kentucky team, I mean, South Carolina blew them out. I mean, they handled them. Georgia went in there and handled them.
Yeah, like, well, South Carolina and Georgia were both at home in those games, just for the record. So they didn't go in there and handle them. They played them, and handled them.
But my mistake.
It was at home. Texas was at Kentucky, and they played pretty good there. So I don't.
Yeah,
they played pretty good at home against Ole Miss as well. So like they haven't been terrible at home. I didn't watch any of that Texas-Kentucky game, Sam. Did you? Anything from Kentucky you saw that gave you reasons for concern?
I mean, Kentucky just kind of tried to take the air out of the football and control possession time, and they did a good job of it, just saying, hey, we're not going to even begin to let Texas try and find any sort of pulse offensively.
We know that's what they're going to try to do to us.
Yeah.
And our defense hasn't been necessarily good at keeping teams from doing that to us.
We should find out the time for the Oklahoma game today.
Yeah, it was 39-20, 21, basically, in terms of time of possession in Kentucky's favor.
What's been surprising is like that. I feel like you normally think of like the Texas secondary to be very good, and they kind of got sliced up by Cutter Boley. He threw for like 350 plus, I think.
No, 250.
250, okay.
If we lose to Cutter Boley,
I didn't watch.
I was thinking that their total yards was like 350 to like one something.
395 to 179. Yeah, 395. But like as far as Boley was 31 of 39 for 258, so that's not a very good like yards per attempt, but it's kind of that. Hey, here's 3 yards, here's 4 yards. We're going to try to keep the chains moving. They had 18 third downs, which seems like a really, really high number.
If we lose to Cutter Boley, I'm going to go ahead and cut out for the year. I'm going to go ahead and just check right out of this Tennessee football hotel.
If we lose to Cutter Boley, you're going to cut in bolts. You're going to get out of here.
There you go.
Out of here.
There you go. It'll be check out from football time. But I think
Arch Manning, I mean, my God.
Yeah.
27 attempts for 132 yards.
I think we'll be okay at Kentucky.
And that team has right now a plus 190 chance to make the playoffs. You kidding me?
Preseason number 1.
I know, but like, come on. Like, I mean, as bad as things are, on Monday after losing to Alabama, like, how are we seen as that much less likely to make the playoff than Texas?
Yeah, look what they did to Oklahoma and Dallas.
That Oklahoma team might suck.
Maybe. They're number 13 in the country.
What is Oklahoma's odds?
These teams might all suck.
What is Oklahoma's chance of making the playoffs? Plus 186? How are we plus 370?
We might all suck.
That's fine. We might all suck. But, like, how are they? I mean, I guess with Oklahoma, at least I get it because they only have 1 loss. But Texas has 2.
Just win 5 in a row, and it'll all shake out. You remember what Philip Fulmer always said? They remember you for what you did in November.
Well, it starts a couple weeks early now. I mean, beating Kentucky down would go a long way to helping the vibes.
Yeah, to go up there and actually have a nice performance, like 38-14 or something, that'd be cool.
Who needs a better performance more, the offense or the defense?
Well, I don't.
They both obviously need some confidence. They both obviously need some positive reinforcement. But who do you think needs it more?
Playing very well. I mean, but I'd like to see Joey get some confidence back. I'd like to see him look more like that quarterback we thought he was. Come out there and throw for 300. I mean, he hadn't had a 300-yard game. So I guess Mississippi State, he had 335. But I'd like to see Joey come out and shred Kentucky.
Joey needs to play. Joey needs to have a good game. Him and Brazel need to get on the same page. Our wide receivers got to catch the damn ball.
Mike Matthews, man, got to catch
Miles
that
Kitselman.
damn ball.
What has happened to my boy Miles?
I don't know.
How did he have that drop at midfield? Like it's 3rd and 3, and Tennessee ended up picking the fourth down up anyways. But like that was a dart that Joey threw him that he's kind of wide open.
We look lethargic at times. I mean, some people are saying that mentality comes down from the head coach. You know,
You really want Josh to like start yelling and screaming, don't you?
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that, but the team.
I mean, like maybe this game on the sidelines, he looked lethargic, but I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him look lethargic in other games. Did he look lethargic on this game?
That's just what some people are saying. Is that he looked kind of unhealthy out there? Maybe he was just kind of sleepy, kind of sleepwalking. Somebody said he needs to be on Ozempic, which I don't know. You know, I'm not saying that. I wouldn't say that, but somebody did. That Josh looks like he's gotten a little too fat and happy collecting that money. I'm not saying it.
Well, you are saying it. You're bringing it to the radio.
No, yeah, I'm just saying what people are saying. I'm just a middleman. I don't believe that. I think Josh is fine. He's healthy. He's a grown boy.
Last call on the other side is Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Is that old tree in your yard starting to lean a little too much? Branches hanging over your roof? Don't wait until it's too late. Call ECR Total Landscapes today. At ECR Total Landscapes, we specialize in safe, professional tree removal, trimming, and storm damage cleanup. So if you've got trees that need to go, now is the time to give us a call. Plus, we're offering free stump grinding now through the end of the year when you use or mention promo code FANRUN. That's right, free stump grinding for Fan Run Radio listeners. At ECR Total Landscapes, we live up to our name by offering total landscape services. In addition to tree cutting, we also offer a wide range of landscape installation services and custom monthly maintenance packages that create stunning outdoor spaces tailored to your vision. Give us a call today to schedule a free estimate at 865-384-2012 or just visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced. Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit MatlockTireService.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Last call here on the program. Got to give a shout out to the basketball teams. We haven't really talked any basketball. We had some scrimmages over the weekend. The men's team took care of Ohio State. The women's team looks like it might have been belt to ass for North Carolina, as the reported score was 69-43 after only 3 quarters. And then I guess North Carolina basketball said, "Hey, we've had enough."
I was wondering what them people were doing over at the arena this weekend. That must have been an invitation-only kind of deal. I saw some people walking around wearing orange.
I mean, yeah, there were some. I mean, the men's basketball one had fans, or at least some boosters or somebody up in the top. They could have just been staffers, I guess, but people up top watching. North Carolina, right now, preseason number 11.
Yeah.
So Kim and the ladies beating them 69-43 through 3 quarters. That's a pretty big statement.
Put the hammer down. We got a big one Sunday. Duke, the exhibition Sunday, televised.
We need you, Rick. We need you, Nate. We need you, Jacoby. You know, we've done a lot of talking about Nate Amen, and I think with good reason, as he is, you know, the highest. But I think we need to get every single report from him all offseason. Every single time they do a scrimmage or something is just, this guy is shooting the lights out.
Well, boy, we need that.
To the point, Sam, where I feel like anything like lower than like 44% from 3 this year is going to feel like a disappointment.
44 is a lot.
No, I mean, that's a huge number. Don't get me wrong.
The country, I think.
No, I know. But that's what I'm feeling every time I see these reports. One of those scrimmage notes is like, hey, he was like 8 of 11 from 3 or something. It's something crazy like that. Like he shot 40% last year, 40.7%. So like I'm saying, the way they're talking about him, he's going to go up even higher to the 43, 44% range. And look, obviously that's a little hyperbolic. If he shoots 40%, I'll be happy. I don't need it to be 44%, but that's kind of where my expectation is coming into this season.
I am excited to watch them take the floor Sunday against Duke.
Yeah, I'm pumped for that too.
You going over there?
No, I won't be going over there.
I didn't know if you guys had any.
I'm going to try, I think.
You're going to go?
I want to.
What's the ticket situation?
I haven't really looked, but
I mean, they sold out whenever we went on sale, and the tickets, I want to say, were in like the $30 range to get in. I don't know if people are reselling them or what.
I wish that was a game that counted. That'd be cool. Beat Duke. Start the year off.
Yeah, it would be. I kind of like that we're doing it, though, just regardless. I kind of like it's an exhibition. You can just get to see the guys out there playing.
Yeah. I've been running some football numbers.
Uh-huh.
Do you have any interest in what the ESPN FPI and playoff predictor say right now?
What it says, like with the predictor, you have to put in certain results, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The FPI, first of all, still has us favored in every game left to win. So our percentages are still, and I imagine the gambling markets will be similar, right?
So
game.
What number did you say that we have right now? Did you give that number yet? Just as it stands?
No, I was just doing the FPI thing. But
okay, what's the FPI say though?
We're still favored to win every game.
Okay.
Percentage wise.
Okay.
And like each individual game we're favored. And I imagine the spread will reflect that too, right? Like we'll be favored in all these games left.
I imagine we will be favored in every game. Yeah. We're obviously favored against Kentucky. I don't really see how Florida would be favored over us.
Now the playoff predictor says if we simply win them all,
90%.
Yep, 90%. That's right. I see you've also done the math.
No, I haven't done the math. I don't ever really mess around with that, but I saw somebody else post it.
Oh, 90% to make the playoff, 58% to host the first round.
That's nice, but you need to tell me what happens in all the other games.
Yeah.
You can't tell me 90% without, the other games.
I hear you.
And it's nice to feel that way. And that's the only thing we have left to cling to is that, if you win out, you get in. But I need to see what else happens. Like if Oklahoma and Vandy get boat raced this weekend by Missouri and Ole Miss, that doesn't make me feel like it's a 90% likelihood anymore,
But in the era of the 12-team playoff, our season still matters, which in years past, we'd be at that point where it's like, well, we lost, whatever.
Oklahoma being favored 4.5 over Ole Miss at home. Is that too high, too low, just right?
I don't know. That game's gonna be tight. I don't have a lean on that game.
Vandy being favored 2.5 at home against Missouri. Too high, too low, just right?
I like that one.
For Vandy?
Yeah.
A&M favored on the road in Death Valley at night.
A&M just keeps winning, man.
I mean, Oklahoma seems crazy.
For them to be favored by 4.5?
Yeah.
When I saw it, it felt a little crazy too. When I saw it, I was like, that seems to be a little too high.
They're putting a lot of stock into Oklahoma's defense and Mateer. I guess that's good for us, though, that Oklahoma is seen as good.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if Oklahoma won, and it's tough for Ole Miss to go from at Georgia to at Oklahoma. That's a tough schedule, back to back there. The SEC didn't do them any favors there. I know Georgia's defense isn't the same Georgia as old, but like you hope they at least beat up Ole Miss a little bit, and that Ole Miss isn't going in there fully healthy and firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
Bubba, real quick, anything we missed that we need to point out?
I mean, we missed a lot, John.
Give me the
Colts going 6-1, the toughest team in the NFL.
I give them credit. This is for Jim Irsay.
Daniel Jones said, the media, we didn't know this about you guys. He said, well, you guys don't know much then.
No, I give Jim Irsay, and his boys a lot of credits. He is looking up and proud of them.
Also, F1 shooting themselves in the foot with an Apple exclusivity deal.
Oh, you're saying he's in hell?
No, just when you're buried.
And AEW got in trouble for a waterboarding incident.
Excuse me?
And the match between John Mox and Darby Allin, he shoved his face in like an aquarium tank.
Oh, okay, I saw that. Okay, I saw the aquarium tank out there. Then I saw Sting come back. It was a whole big thing. We'll dive more into that off the air. Subscribe to that on YouTube. Me and Bubba's Off the Air Conversations. The Tony Vasilio Show coming up next. Stay locked in on Fan Run Radio.